folks? Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios like we are every Sunday. Every Sunday we're brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours. The Eagles need to go there. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Cherry Hill, Princeton, Burlington locations. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic. The family out there joining us. Dude, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Later on the show. What happened to me? Oh, there we go. Later on in the show, we'll do Crumb of the Week like we do. We'll go through the NFL playoffs. Carson Wentz conversation coming to you real soon. And we'll obviously recap Eagles, Seahawks, and our poll question. Carson Wentz is not injury prone. Do you agree or disagree? And let me tell you all something right now, okay? Because some of y'all need to go away ASAP, real quick, because what I'm watching is you people from, Carson played a full season, right, this year, essentially. Yeah. And we all thought that we put everybody to bed. They all went away. And what happened today, you can't make up, okay, because now they're all back out of the woodwork, and it's disgusting. They're pretty much Cowboys fans. These people that have zero feel for the game, zero feel for life, they're Dallas fans. Or they never played a sport or don't understand sports. And this is what I'm watching and listening to and seeing what people are writing on social media. Some people need to put the phone down. You know what I mean? Some people need to say they need to go get a BJ. They need to get something in their life. Pay for one if you don't got the girl to give you one, okay? And loosen up a little bit. Lighten up, okay? Relax. I'm just being real. Some people need to get
supporting prostitution. We do not support prostitution.
Not supporting. I'm just telling you. $5 goes a long way.
But
okay,
I mean $5.
Jump on Robert Kraft's.
Where are they heading?
Get on a Robert Kraft plane.
Just buy into what I'm saying and don't worry about the semantics of it.
I hope they're dropping at least 100.
But no, it's just an issue. But to the poll question, let's get right into it. We're gonna recap the game. Listen, you got stuff to get off your chest. Fire away. We're reading off everything tonight.
Let us know.
And our poll, you can vote for it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Carson Wentz is not injury prone. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Let's get right into it, and we'll get into the game as well as we get into this because both are a combo, obviously. So to the poll, do you agree or disagree?
I mean, I don't know if I agree.
What is it? No?
That he's not injury prone? I mean, I would say that he's. Listen,
has
he had injuries, though, in his past? Yes, in college and in the pros. He's had injuries. But he had a full year this year. And to me, to bring that out today, on a day where he gets speared in the back of the head. If speared in the back of the head's injury prone, then everyone's injury prone. If you get speared in the back of the head, then that makes you injury prone, then everyone's fucking injury prone. So I don't like talking about that today. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, was it terrible? It was terrible today what happened. I think it took the life out of the team for about a quarter and a half, took the life out of the stadium. I think everybody watching at home took the life out of all of us. It was terrible. But to say that makes him injury prone because he got speared in the back of the head is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And there's guys out there that are trying to push that narrative. It's fucking ridiculous. You should look yourself in the mirror and be fucking ashamed of yourself.
Can I get one thing more off my chest? Let me tell you how concussion protocol works in the NFL. For the guys who think they're
you're not allowed back in.
For the guys who think they're YouTube analysts,
against
right?
the rules.
Hey, my guys out there, I'm a YouTube analyst. I know my shit. You don't have a clue. Okay, because you don't have a choice. When his wife gets called down there, and you know what that means? It means he's trying to go fight his way back out there. They had to get her down there to say, oh, you got to listen to doctors. You're not allowed, right? They had to bring her in. When we heard that tweet, right, we're like, why is she going down there? It's a big-time emergency. No, it hit me right away. He wants to go play. So if you think that he didn't want to be out there, stop watching the Eagles. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. And I don't care. You can tell me you go to the games. Going to games does not make you a fan. You understand this? It just makes you spend a lot of money.
Congratulations.
Sorry. To the poll, agree or disagree?
That was fantastic. The
Felt good.
Couch is comfy. It's warm. It's fantastic. So
It is.
fan up. I would say you said not, right?
He's not injury prone.
Yeah,
Agree or
I would
disagree?
agree with that. 'Cause, Will hit it on the head. You add a little hot sauce to yours, which was fantastic. But I'm right with Will's. I mean, this not the right time for it. That's like, when Mike Stanton gets hit in the face and he misses 90 games. Like, is he injury prone? No, he took a fastball to the face. You know what I mean? So there's just certain things that you're just like, all right, man, it's
out of your
it's
control.
Out of control. You know what I mean? Like, and even on the knee thing. I mean, you want to go back to 2017. Guy's making a play. Guy scored a touchdown, right?
And then threw one. He threw one right after too.
Come on. So
that's not toughness. You think the other one came out on concussion when he
I-
played on a torn ACL and MCL, but
right
you don't want
now-
to come back in a concussion?
Yeah, right now he's very unlucky.
Very unlucky.
That's the word I would like to use. All right,
I feel for the kid.
I think he's unlucky.
We talked about it earlier.
It's terrible. It's just terrible.
I'm not trying to get into religion, but nobody's more religious than Carson Wentz. I mean, it's crazy. Can Jesus help our man? We did a video earlier.
Yeah.
Jesus, we need you to help our man. This isn't fair to him. This is not fair to him at all. Okay? I know you're listening. And I need you to go help our guy now because this isn't right. Okay? I mean, every post is to you. He's talking to you. Is that how you talk back?
JC
Is that how
owes
you
us
talk
one.
back? I got an issue how you're talking back.
Really?
All right?
JC owes us one.
Yeah, you owe us a couple. 2017 don't count. That's over. We're
sure.
on to a new one. Now you're hurting him.
Yeah.
You're letting this happen?
Like I said, and
Look at my voice. Look at my voice going. I'm getting upset.
It's just, and I'm not
Peter Brady.
and really,
I know.
I'm just not surprised at the narrative that's coming out of the
Oh,
woodwork.
no.
You know what I mean?
We saw it.
like
You knew it was
said
coming.
We said it months ago, and we said it on the show a while ago. And I told you guys that, and you guys agreed. And it's not like I was coming up with some kind of E equals MC squared thing, right? But this guy has the weight of the world on his shoulders, right? Every fucking game, not just a playoff game. Every time he laces them up, and this is the reason why. All right, I mean, out of his control. Guy gets cheap shotted in a playoff game that he wants entirely, to be in so bad.
Yep.
All right, he's chasing
Talked about it all week.
chasing that trophy, chasing the success.
Yep.
Right, ultimate team guy. Did everything he could in 4 weeks. Doesn't matter that they played, tomato cans. At some point, the Eagles were tomato cans too. You understand? So they're patching it together with
Tennessee Titans were a
they're
tomato
patching
can,
it together.
right?
Yeah, they're patching it together with practice squad guys. He's just starting to get a little camaraderie with these guys, starting to get on
And
the
then
same
boom.
page.
It defines our year. You're not going to win a game when Carson and Brandon Graham are out, for the majority of the game. You need Brandon Graham in a game like this to be fully healthy, okay? I'm not making excuses.
And still had a chance to win a game.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
only
by the way.
lose so many.
Oh, by the way,
and this
17-9.
And this goes to credit. This is credit to this coaching staff, right? And Doug Peterson. And this is even some credit to Howie Roseman because you got fighters on this team. Right, so you hung in a game where you had no right hanging in, right, and you had a bunch of guys that came out and fought today. I'm proud of my football team what they did this year. You can mock 9-7, you can mock they didn't deserve to be in. I watched a bunch of guys fight game in, game out. Sometimes we didn't think they were fighting, but they didn't quit. Okay, and it's easy to quit in professional sports. You're making a ton of money. It's easy to say, hey, I just won an island now. It's island time. It's easy to do that. It's hard to put your head down and go get it like they did. Okay, and they block out. And Brandon Graham said, hey, we're going to be back here this time real quick. You know how fast it comes. We're coming right back here. And Brandon Graham, another guy. You got leaders on this football team. Big-time leaders. Listen, next year, Carson's going to play another full 16, okay? You can guarantee that and stamp that because this isn't going to continue. There's guys who have been beat up earlier in their career from some freak stuff. Doesn't mean they're injury prone their entire career. He wasn't injury prone all year. He came up with the injury report one time this season, I believe. One time I think he came up with the injury report. Okay, so don't give me a narrative now that he's injury prone because the guy spears him in the back of the head. He's not. This team is built for not just these last 3 years. They're built for the future, as you can tell by younger guys coming in and just making plays, right? And hanging in and fighting. They're built for the next 3-4 years. This isn't over. I want to tell everybody this. People on the radio try to say, well, the window can close real quick. And it's like, not when you build a culture, honey. It don't close quick.
It's a coaching league.
Okay?
It's a coaching league, and we have a good coach.
I didn't get that off my chest. I heard that the other day.
I
Made
don't-
me
yeah.
disgusted. What are you talking about,
I don't
dude?
think-
The window
It's a
closes.
coaching-
You got a franchise
league.
quarterback. It don't close.
Yeah. They just had to make some better decisions, obviously, like a lot of organizations do. You know what I mean? But they ran well, and they'll be fine. All right. But as the season got on, guys that were question marks that we discussed. It doesn't mean that it's easy. Hindsight's 20/20. I get that, right? But we told you before the season that Peters is old.
Yep.
He's old.
Yep.
You understand?
He said he
He's
wanted to
injury
come back,
prone.
too. Did you hear that?
He's
Did you hear
injury
that?
prone. I understand you want to be loyal to him. We know he's injury prone, and he was old, and it showed today. Clowney whooped his ass.
I hurt Clowney.
His ass.
I hurt Clowney whooped his ass
All
too,
right?
Sweepsy.
You know,
No, he was with them.
not that you guys declined another running back. I'm not saying that, but maybe Boston Scott comes in a little bit earlier in the season if you don't hang on to Darren Sproles, which we said, hey, goodbye, Darren. Appreciate your effort, buddy. We knew it was going to come. Doesn't matter. It's only a matter of what week was you going to get hurt, Darren. So they hung on to some older guys. They were getting long in the tooth. That now those decisions have to be made a little bit better. Right?
And
so those
Jason
backups
Peters,
are a little more fresher.
Well, Dillard deserves to start next year at left tackle. You drafted him for a reason.
Well, you drafted him to start.
absolutely.
You drafted him to start next year.
Now, if you want to, now Peters said he wants to come back. If you want to come back in a backup capacity, then sure, I'll take you as a backup. I mean,
well,
you
I don't
understand
know.
what I'm saying? No,
I'm not sure you can offer him a con. Listen, it's
No,
always good to have,
you know
it's
what
always
I'm
good to have
saying.
depth. Always good to have
that's
depth.
all I'm saying.
So if he wants to take a, he
just wants to stay around,
He wants to take a cut for like a veteran minimum. Yeah,
And he wants to
I'll
be
bring him back.
he wants to be a mentor. Maybe he wants to
Like
go
Brandon Graham
maybe he wants
talked
to go
about.
into coaching. Hey, that's something that you can leave a spot open.
But listen,
Absolutely.
credit to Big V, right?
Right.
Credit to
I'll
Big
take
V.
him as a backup.
who-
Yeah.
Real quick, Big V went under the radar. At people after the Super Bowl in 2018, made him out to be not any good. All he did was step in at right tackle for Lane Johnson and flat out compete. Okay, does guys get beat in this league? Yeah, guys get beat. But him and Matt Pryor showed you something today, which is amazing. I mean, you're talking about backup linemen. Some teams only have first-team linemen in this league. You understand this? This team is really built in the trenches. I mean, to have that depth, they lose an all-pro guard in Brandon Brooks. They lose Lane Johnson, your whole right side. That's where your money's at. That's where you win at. They said, hey, we're going to win on the right side. And both them guys gone, and these two guys step in and compete. I mean, that's all you ask for. Not get whooped, right? They didn't get whooped today.
Oh, you want to talk about like I said, if they want to spin that narrative to Carson, you might if you want to use that narrative, you want to use that on Lane Johnson. I mean, he lost the whole season, self-inflicted, and then to me, I feel like that guy's been banged up a lot. I mean, obviously, you know how important he is when he's out there. He's a difference maker, but
No, he has been. You're right.
He's banged up.
Great
it's
player.
more
Great player. But it's NFL. Everybody gets
Sweet,
hurt.
you know what, though? No, but it's crazy because they got to figure something out because nobody's hurt more.
But we are hurt a
in this
ton,
league.
though.
I mean, it's crazy.
We've been hurt a ton. It's crazy. The injury bug has really bitten us the last few years.
Tristan
crazy.
Russo.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was starting to
Now,
catch
how
up
about
to Miles.
now?
It was starting to catch
turn
up to
it-
Miles.
To turn
the last couple games.
to also though, guys, I want to give praise. Like you said, it's a good year though.
Yes.
We won the NFC East. We were banged up as hell. We're resilient as fuck. We got a good coach. We got a good leadership in the locker room. I trust us moving forward. I trust Wentz. These idiots out there talking, just get a clue, okay? But also. What's good to see today is Fletcher Cox dominated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fletcher Cox dominated.
We yell and scream about it, though.
And that was damn good to see.
Oh.
Fletcher Cox came out in a big game and dominated today.
That's what I'm saying.
He was throwing Fluke around like he was a
Can I say something?
child.
Can I say
Grown
something?
men.
It was like a child. It was like a grape
anything
throwing around a
bounce our way?
burrito.
Does
It was wild.
Does anything bounce our way, though?
300-pound grown men. I mean, it was
manhandle.
unbelievable.
Does anybody get less bounces than us? It's just amazing. It's just so funny.
First drive,
It's not an
first
excuse,
drive,
but boom,
that's-
falls
first
on the
drive,
ground,
fumble,
lands
yeah.
right back in your stomach.
drive, yeah,
Russell Wilson, it knocks off his face mask, and it takes the bounce right back to you. It's just amazing. Now, listen, that's not the reason we lost. But listen, we competed today. Tristan Russo says, will D-Jax be back? I believe so. I don't see why he won't be back. I believe it was more than a 1 year. I thought it was like a 2.
I mean,
I could be wrong.
Listen, we always talk about
We still need
17-9.
more speed on the outside.
Showed a lot of heart today. Obviously competed. That it doesn't get you much. At the end of the day, except for respect, which is that's the shit that goes a long way. But we always talk about, listen, you got to finish drives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Field goals.
No,
you can't win with field goals. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
And
the biggest issue we had today.
I understand you have a backup.
And
in
you
the
know
game,
why?
but-
And you know why
but
you're
I
set
mean,
on field goals?
And I feel like for a quarter and a half, he had the handcuffs on him. I know he's 40 years old and he's a backup, but the guy's been in this league for a while. I would like to see Doug open him up a little bit. They were starting to push the ball down the field a little bit because the Seattle secondary is garbage. Right? They're worse than the Eagles. You know what I mean?
no
You know what I
question.
mean?
Yeah, you're 100% right. Now I feel like a lot of it was that the air just came out of us, out of everybody.
Yeah.
When Carson got
When we
hurt,
get to the locker room, let's regroup.
Eric,
How do we go with
Because
Josh
you're
forward,
100% right though. The fucking entire country, the entire world knew we were running the screen on that first drive that he was on the third down. The fucking entire country knew.
Yeah.
So, and you're saying the next drive, run, like. And their weekend, he threw the ball well.
Yeah,
I thought Josh threw the ball well.
No, he didn't throw the ball bad at all. I thought he had a good game.
I mean,
But listen, that's the difference. The Eagles have been so good in the red zone with Carson this year that you see the difference now when you bring in another guy, and it's not a shot at Josh because I thought he played really well today.
Yeah.
But you bring in another guy, that hasn't seen game action in a minute.
Probably
right? It's
practice.
hard.
It's a 40-year-old.
Yeah, it's
Probably
hard.
practice. I don't even know whoever was doing that game.
If Carson's in, 2 or 3 of them are touchdowns.
Collingsworth's
right?
an idiot, but Collingsworth played in the league. Collingsworth knows what he's talking about in that sense, where we make fun of him. What Collingsworth said, he probably hadn't took a snap in 3 months.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Carson's fully healthy. Like even in practice, he probably just stands there.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
So I'm saying that you probably score 2 out of 3 times in the red zone if he doesn't get speared in the head. You know what I mean? I'm not guaranteeing it, but that's how hot they've been in the red zone. Yeah. They've been that good in the red zone where it's like,
listen,
they're not going to be field
Doug
goals.
even said after the game, he said we had to throw out a lot of the game plan and go to our basic stuff that Josh knew and all this. And like it was basically saying like, we had to kind of get away from what we were trying to do when Carson went out.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, we competed, we battled, which they did, they absolutely did.
Absolutely.
But like, and he said they thought they were in a good spot, and like I feel like you get the defense to hold them to 17. We win if Carson's playing. I felt like we would have won this game. That's what sucks.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what sucks
That's
the
what
most
hurts.
about it
That's
to
what
me
hurts.
is that if Carson doesn't get, and it's not, and if you think that's in his control, again, fucking get a clue. He got speared in the back of the head, and for people saying it's not a foul, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? He literally speared him in the back of the head. And he landed all his weight on top of him. What the fuck are we discussing? What the fuck are we talking about?
So to the poll question.
It was early enough where it wasn't gonna change the injury, right? But it's just like the officiating in this league is so bad. And it's been like that all year, and we've talked about it.
A 15-yarder helps that drive.
Greg had him and the NFL officials as a crumb, months ago. You know what I mean? So it's been pillar to post, and today was no different. You know what I mean? Like
crazy?
I said, it's not going to bring the guy back, but that's got to be a penalty. That's helmet to helmet.
This guy completed a pass with a concussion too. Like he played another snap or two, didn't he? Didn't he finish off that drive?
Yeah, then he was like sitting on the.
I had no idea. I
didn't know either.
I went to the bathroom and I came back.
He finished off that drive. Let's get to some of the.
That's why when they said he was going to the locker room, I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Absolutely.
Jason Mayberry says, "I'll take Jenkins till the day he dies." I can't disagree with that either, and he'll play to the day he dies because he's.
I got a little issue. I got a small issue with Derek Barnett today. Derek Barnett, I feel like, did not show up that much at all today, and he got a terrible penalty. Terrible roughing the passer penalty. What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, it's a terrible penalty. It's just he's undisciplined at times. You know what I mean? And you could deal with it if you were getting to the quarterback all day. You could deal with some of the undisciplined stuff if you're constantly creating havoc, which he hasn't this year. And do I expect Eric Barnett to get better? Yeah, I mean, I do. Another guy coming off a major injury last year. Yeah. This is the first year back off of it. I expect Eric Barnett to be a good player. I still see a burst in him. He's got good pass rushing moves. I'm not worried about him, but he's got to calm down.
Like you said,
he's got to calm down.
Young guy, you got to be smarter.
That's it.
Like if you get pushed into it, then the hands got to go up. You can't
just hold him.
You can't drive.
Just hold him.
Around.
If you don't push him to the ground, you don't get the call.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
If you just hold him here
up somehow
and pull up, you don't get that call. Even though it was 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Ben Sabian said some older players got to go so we can get some younger talent around Wentz to work with.
Absolutely.
And some guys will, and some guys will be here. Somebody just asked about Alshon and Nelly. Nelly's definitely gone. Alshon, I don't think Alshon's definitely gone.
No, Alshon
money.
Listen, Alshon will be here because he's guaranteed money.
And why do you guys want him gone?
There's no reason for him to
Tristan
be gone.
Russo says he wants him gone. Why? I don't
if
want him
Alshon's
gone.
healthy, I'm okay with Alshon. He's not. He's no longer a deep threat, but he's a possession guy.
He catches everything.
He's a possession guy that we could damn well use. That's for damn sure.
There's another guy injury prone. I mean,
yeah.
You can land on. You can spin that. You can spin that wheel 10 times, and you might not land on Wentz. You're gonna land on a bunch of other guys. You know what I mean?
Here's a thought on Alshon too. With what we've developed in the middle with Ertz and Goddard, right? Although he's not the deep ball threat he once was, in the new NFL, though, he at least still can maybe win a 50-50 ball.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Draw a defensive
that is
PI
that is
on a
his
back
strength,
shoulder
actually.
type of throw, right? If he's not able to get there and he throws it short, trying to fight back. So I'm with you. We still need speed on one side, but maybe Alshon can fill a role in that 12 to 15-yard range as a guy that – on a worst-case scenario, we throw a YOLO ball up to him, and he tries to win a ball.
Well, I think we're going to draft one. But I'm going to say Alshon and Djax are back with a combo of Greg Work, because he's earned an opportunity.
Djax is definitely back.
No, but I'm saying, so you talk about speed on the outside, right, Greg? So you had that burner. Now you're going to have to draft another guy because you don't know if he's going to play a full year. Djax, we know this. We know this act too.
Speaking of injury-prone,
this is the year
Djax.
This is the draft for it because this
A
draft
lot
is
of
loaded.
wideout. A lot of wideouts.
You can go 4 rounds deep and still find somebody.
Yeah,
You know what I do?
There's,
You know what I do?
there's a lot of good wideouts.
There's a certain guy.
loaded.
There's a certain guy in this draft that I put all my chips in, and you talk about giving up a first next year, you can have it. I put in whatever you
Jerry
want,
Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy. If I'm Howie Roseman,
Jerry Jeudy going really high.
I know, I
Really
understand
high.
this, but if you give up enough, you can get where you want to get to. Okay.
I don't think you have to. I think there's so many good ones. Like I think you can stay
Yeah,
where
but
you're at. Maybe move up a little bit.
That
you
one
can
just
get.
gets me, you
You
know
can
what I
get.
mean?
Yeah, but you can get.
You can't miss
You can
again.
get CeeDee
Listen,
Lamb.
you
You
can't-
I
can CeeDee
understand.
Lamb or
He's a
Ruggs
pimp,
You
though.
can't listen.
in the middle of the first.
A year later, once again, harping back to hindsight is 2020. A year later, you can't miss. Right? Got crushed by a guy today who people say, physical specimen, but I don't know if he can play. Well, guess what?
Dad played in the
He can play.
NFL,
He can
physical
play.
specimen.
He can play.
Apparently
He
a
can
good
play.
kid.
I don't
No,
care.
no.
I don't care.
I mean,
if
he's
he can
got
run.
some fucking
I don't
nasal
care
fucking rings,
if he can
but-
run the route tree yet. All right, somebody can teach him that. All right, he'll start to get better.
Yeah, what
I
the
mean,
fuck? You
whatever
know what he
did,
can
does
run?
right.
The one where he runs the fuck by you, he can do that one. He does that one pretty good.
DK Metcalf can't run the route tree. He looked pretty good again today.
Yeah.
Take
Because
care of us
he
again.
went for 2. If Russell didn't miss him, that's another 50
Another
and a
one.
touchdown.
Yep.
So he's over 2 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Holy Christmas.
But
He dropped
I
the
know.
deep one last time we played him.
Yeah.
to me, the best route runner in this draft is Jerry Jeudy. We'll have plenty of time to talk draft,
Yeah.
but he's the best
Well,
route runner.
I mean, he's the
He's the
best
most polished.
receiver.
He's the
No,
most-
I know
That's
he is.
why
I know.
He's the most
He's going to
polished.
go
Yeah.
top 5.
That's what I'm saying. I give up whatever you want. I know there's a ton in the draft, and there's other guys that I do want. But, like, when I got a guy of this talent, I pull Atlanta Falcons move like they did for Julio. What do you want? What do you want to get me up here?
CeeDee Lamb is more of the DK Metcalf. He's more of the.
No, I know that, but
not,
I want
not as polished, but
I want
athlete.
the burner who just is flat out like the Tyreek Hill-ish, right? Where just you're
Well,
not
that's
covering
the
them.
other guy now.
You're not covering them one-on-one.
That's his teammate. That's
Oh, they're
Ruggs.
both.
That's
Ruggs. Starts with a
Ruggs.
W.
Ruggs.
Ruggs.
Yeah.
Ruggs.
Ruggs is the guy, the fastest guy.
Ruggs is the fastest
He's the
guy.
fastest receiver.
He's faster than Judy.
I guess, bro.
He's a burner.
Now, you won't
Ruggs
see
is a
him.
burner.
So that's
and he's going mid-first.
Why not
probably.
both?
That's what you're ordering. Like if you're looking at
One of both.
Tom Ornone menu.
Is he John Ross,
That's
though?
that's your guy. Yeah.
And Ruggs lit up Auburn, too. He
Listen,
was the only reason
Ruggs can play.
Alabama was
Yeah.
in that game.
Ruggs
No,
can
they're
play.
both. I mean, they're both
And
filthy.
Ruggs was disgusting.
And it helps having Judy right next to you too. So you don't know for both of them. And then it helps having 2 pimps on the outside.
The other guy's good, really good too. He's probably going to go second
four of
or
them.
third round.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like four of
there are 3 guys that are going top 3 rounds.
Tristan
But you could
Russo.
even draft 2 receivers if you wanted.
Yeah.
No, you can. We get into plenty of draft talk. We got plenty of time.
Yeah,
I
there's
just
plenty of time.
want to bring up that name because I love him. Tristan Russo gained a ton of respect from McCown today. Absolutely. And it showed the emotion.
Josh
and
McCown's
tears. Real quick. Josh
pro.
McCown was coaching high school football before he came here. How about this? Mike Rowe, see you later. Josh McCown, make him your offensive coordinator or QB coach. Bring him in because obviously he helped Carson Wentz this year.
I think he's going back to coaching football. I
Here.
watched that special
Here.
with his two
You
two
said coaching,
sons.
I'm talking about coaching football here.
Yeah,
Wes.
but I think he's going to go back to coaching high school. His
He's
two
a-
sons are playing. Will
He's
be
a
playing.
pro's pro, man. When
This
you
is
find
fun, though.
when you find guys like that, man, that's what you need. You know what I mean? Like, you need that guy to hold you need a huge guy to hold a clipboard. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys that.
I think he worked wonders for
when that
Carson, though. Don't you guys think?
yeah, no,
I think he helped him a ton. You can see he's the first guy.
He's out there playing in Air Jordans.
Well, listen,
now.
everybody
So
loves
were
him.
were
Everybody
cleats?
loves him.
I don't know if they were cleats. I think he was just like, I think I got to go in, dude. Holy shit, I got my Air Jordans on.
Fucking Ivan Drago and Air Jordan's out there.
Tony Fazinga says secondary needs help.
Yeah.
And I agree. And guess what?
Shit,
next
yeah.
year,
Just a bit.
Next year, obviously we got to address it. We got to address.
I might even go corner first round, receiver second. That's
Let's
how
not
deep
do this.
receiver is.
I just want to say I'm going to address it in free agency in some way, but Jalen Mills to me, I've liked Jalen for a long time. He can go because I'm going to give Sidney Jones an opportunity to play on the outside next year because you drafted him too. He's got to have the opportunity. He showed me something. He showed me toughness.
that'll
Brandon
last 6
Graham
weeks.
talked about it. Brandon Graham, hear me out. Brandon Graham talked about the love he has for this kid and the mental toughness this kid has. I trust Brandon Graham. Okay, I do. As one of the big-time leaders of this football team, as one of the big-time guys who keep them motivated in that locker room. That's who Brandon Graham is to me for this football team, especially on the defense side of the ball. He's their emotional talking leader on that defense. And when he talks about this kid at this kind of praise, that matters to me somewhat, that I'm willing to let him win a job in camp. I drafted him too. I drafted him to be my outside shutdown guy. What he showed me in his limited roles is a guy actually can catch a football out there because nobody else can. I mean, there's 0 turnovers on the defense side of the football this year in terms of interceptions. I need a guy who can go up and get a football. And what I saw was at least a guy who can go get a football because nobody else can. So I got to give him an opportunity while drafting more and while maybe looking in free agency for one as well. You know what I mean? Because maybe I reshaped the whole back end back there.
I'll tell you what.
Not Ronnie and
for a
Malcolm,
guy-
because Ronnie and Malcolm are back to me, but the other ones.
For a guy that
They're
doesn't,
just signed for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, not Malcolm, but Ronnie is.
a guy that doesn't seem to.
And Ronnie had a good year, so I'll give
A guy
Ronnie.
that doesn't seem to get really a lot of praise or a lot of playing time until recently. Who I think he had a big missed tackle today, but he makes plays. Is Crayvon LeBlanc makes plays when he's on the field?
He does. He tackles.
He
Another
makes
beak
plays.
wetter.
Yeah.
You know, he missed
Well,
a big one
he's for-
today, though.
He did miss a
Definitely
big
He tackled
one.
until today.
Yeah. For a couple
And-
weeks.
and he had-
no, for a couple weeks he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Because we kept texting like, hey,
He
Frenchie,
was
Frenchie.
Yeah, Frenchie makes plays.
he got burned a couple times like Rasul today, but yeah,
That happens, though.
For the most part, yeah, he's solid.
No, I mean, yeah,
I can't get. I can't.
He
I don't
missed a
get
tackle.
I don't get
He
caught
missed a
up.
Big tackle.
I just don't get caught up
Huge
in
tackle.
corners getting beat because everybody gets beat. I get caught up if you get beat consistently. Like when I see from Jalen, like Jalen's
Today.
getting beat. Jalen's getting beat all day. So
Yeah.
that's telling me you're done. I love you to death. I can't believe I'm saying it. People are gonna get mad at me, but I got to move on. I got to go in a different direction. I need ball hawks out there that will tackle too. All right, I got a guy that I love Jalen because he's aggressive. I need ball hawks, man. I mean, I got a great front four and I'm wasting it because I don't have the hawks out there to get their head around, and that's what I'm wasting.
That's the amazing
Guys get hit in
thing.
the back with fucking passes all day long in our secondary.
Yeah, all
That's
day.
the amazing
It's
thing
amazing.
to me, especially today. I mean, it's been all year.
Yeah.
But it was like today, there's 3 or 4 passes where you're like, if you turn around, A, they don't catch it, and B, you might get a pick.
What does my dad say all the time when you watch a game with him? Does any of these guys turn their head around? Does anybody look for the football?
Like,
Never.
you know,
That's why we make fun of Marcus
It's because we're
Peters, right?
constantly beat. They're constantly in catch-up
even this
mode.
play-
We always call
even
Marcus
playing the
Peters a
Vikings game.
scumbag, but
Like the end of the game, like
Well,
you turn
Marcus
around,
Peters was available. And
you turn around,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
you're
that
right.
ball,
You're
or at
right.
least tip it out. Like, you know,
like we joke about Marcus Peters all
Yeah.
the time, but the guy's a ball hawk. You know, he actually gets his head around. Does he get beat? Yeah, of course he does, because he takes chances.
I mean, we had a
But I
guy
like
here
guys
a
take
couple years
chances.
ago with Santi Samuel, was the same type.
I'll take the chance to go 80
Like,
to a house. You
you know,
understand? I'll deal with the good and the
Asante
bad.
Samuel-
and Asante picked 5 balls a year.
had
Yeah,
his
he did.
had his shorter shots of getting beat, but
Oh,
you're
he
right.
gambled.
He picked up 5 to 7 a year.
Yeah.
That changed games.
He gambled, yeah.
Mama Ormsby. Ian Zimmerman says
Mama D.
next season we need timers on known live cam during all games. Consider that done. Dawn says best driver in South Jersey. We know this, Dawn. We appreciate it. The man, no notes. Or he needs no notes. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Stephen White. The hit on Wentz was bullshit. It would have been a different game if he stayed in. Absolutely, brother. We talked about it. They're going to score. They're going to score in the red zone. They're going to score touchdowns. That's what they've been doing all year in the red zone. When they get down there, they score touchdowns.
It was
okay?
extremely frustrating.
So it just sums up what we dealt with essentially when it comes to the Carson Wentz conversation over the last 3 years. This is what we dealt with. Every time you think it's over, every time you think you put all the dummies and the kids to bed and you went hunting for dinner, something like this happens. Every single time. And this one's completely out of his control. Completely. I feel terrible for the kid.
So do I.
Absolutely. There's
do
no
I.
players. And not good he's mine. Not good he's mine, but there's no player in sports that I feel worse for. He's one of mine. He's my baby.
Because he's mine.
He's my baby.
He's like an Indian in the
He's my
cupboard.
baby. I'm not going to run from it. That's
'Cause
my
he's
guy.
mine.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I know. That's why
I'll go through a wall
That's
for
why
that
you've been
guy.
upset today. I know, Dad. It's like you see your son.
You're not upset, Wills?
I've been
Grow
upset
up,
too.
okay?
I've been
You're
upset
gonna
all
put
day.
that. You can put all the upsetness on me.
Yeah, but you've been weird though. You've been like in and out, roaming around.
Because I don't know where. I had no feel to where exactly to watch because I've been winning in there. And then you want to come over with that bad luck, so I'm trying to
You're the
change it
worst.
up.
You're the worst.
Still got the cough.
I don't know where to stand. I know it's been like 3 weeks.
I don't know where to put my hands.
It was tough though. I
Just
mean,
yakking
I
on the bone.
think the whole family out there, everybody knows. As soon as he went down, as soon as he was walking in the locker room, I was like, "What is going on?" And I'm sure everyone was just. You could feel the life come out of the stadium, even from home. You can feel it.
As it should. I mean, that's our guy. That's our franchise guy. You like it or not, okay? You call him injury prone because you're an idiot and you had too much to drink or not. This is our guy. So you either suck it up and deal with it or go root for somebody else. Because that's what it sounds like y'all want to do anyway. Go somewhere else. We don't want you here in Philly. Half you guys don't even live here.
Go be a Giant
okay?
fan.
Oh, Fitzmagic.
Yeah, go be a fan of another team. This kid showed you a warrior this year, and y'all really turn on him this quick? After what he showed you, his response, his goddamn response to everything he's dealt with, and his resiliency, and this is how you treat him? This is how we treat a guy who got concussed, where had to get his wife down
Because
there?
he got speared in the fucking head.
And I'm going to say it a million times. His wife came down there to calm him down because I guarantee you he was trying to come back into a football game. I guarantee you it. And if somebody has inside knowledge of that, you can all tell me I'm right because I know it for a fact. What other reason did they rush her down there for? What other reason? He ain't
No,
going to the hospital.
You make sense. It
He
makes
ain't going to the
sense.
hospital. It's because the guy's like, yo, I'm playing. I'm playing. I was just out there. I was playing. I was fine.
What is she gonna do?
Yeah.
Honey, you got try to settle. Talk to
No,
her.
yeah, I understand.
Not that it's going to
I'm
change
not saying
anything.
you're not-
They're not going to
I'm
let him play
saying no, I
anyway.
didn't
Maybe
know.
she was leading the prayer. You don't know.
True.
No, well, it hasn't been working.
True.
I know. I
Well,
hear
it worked for 16 games because he did play full season. So everybody wants to tell me he didn't play full season. He just did.
16 games is a full
It's a
season,
full season.
so you're an idiot
So
again.
You're an idiot
Yeah.
again. So he's played two out of 4
times
years.
idiot.
Two out of 4 years, he's played a full season. Okay?
2 times.
And last year, I don't even count. Last year, I don't even count in this, right? Last year to me doesn't even count because the knee and the back, anybody that's had a knee issue understands what it does to the back, okay? That's 101 talk. That's 101. He came back a little.
That's life talk.
He came back a little bit. That's old talk. That's when you get a little.
We're getting up there.
All right? But my point is that 101 tells you that A equals B here. Or, or whatever.
It's a straight
1 plus
spear.
1 equals
and
2.
his whole
Sorry.
fucking body weight lands on his back. I thought that's supposed to be a penalty too. There's like 3 penalties in that play. It's a late hit, it's a spear, and full body weight on him. It's like 3 penalties. Then they say not penalty, 3 penalties.
I love Doug.
Unfucking
Doug and Josh are laughing when he's about to go into the game, and it just shows me the kind of relationship that this guy has with his guys. You know what I mean? Winner, we lost the game today that obviously we all wanted, and we felt like even though we didn't play great in the circumstances that we were still in this game.
We were in the game.
And to me, this is a team that's not going away anytime soon. So in case you missed it, a little news flash for anybody, this football team ain't going away anytime soon. They're going to be a playoff team year in and year out because if they're
teams that are good coach, teams that have good coaching and a solid core are always good teams.
Yep.
Okay?
And a fully healthy bunch, which
granted, you
is
might
hard.
We've been catching injuries, though, so you feel like it's got to turn at some point. It's not like we've been healthy the last 3 years. No. We've made the playoffs, and we've been injured a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So
at some point, it's got to turn.
Is there a ceiling even higher
Yeah,
if we're all healthy?
It should
that's
be.
why I said to you guys, and it's still halfway there. I mean, they didn't have to win this game for me to really believe that, but I would have just absolutely stamped it. Like, if they'd have won that game today with Josh quarterback, and like you're talking about. Just a 3-year run of just remarkable, 1 Super Bowl, but just everything they've dealt with.
Yep.
I mean, wow. It's
And then you compete in a game with
from an
him.
outside guy just watching, like not bleeding it like you guys. It's unreal.
A couple questions here. Let me get to them.
I got another one, too.
Hold on. Mike Royal, did Schwartz do enough to keep his job? I think so. I don't think Jim Schwartz is going anywhere.
Listen, Jim Schwartz, the bottom line about our defense,
I hate him at times.
Everyone that likes to crow, and we like to crow at Jim early in the season. Early in the season,
we like to crow at everybody. We crow at everybody.
But we let up a lot of yards and a lot of points a lot of times on the road early in the year.
Yes.
We have for years now. But at the end of the year, we're always tight. You get us at home, we play great. Like, I'm not going to kill Jim for that. I wish we would have blitzed a little more, Russell, today, because I feel like
we did a lot, though. They picked up the
He's a
blitz
good player.
well.
He's a good player.
They picked up the blitz well, and Russell's Russell, man. This is what scared me about today. It wasn't the Seahawks
yeah, he makes
team.
plays.
It's Russell
he makes
Wilson.
plays.
And listen,
they didn't run the ball at all. I mean, we stopped the run pretty much completely.
We held them to 17 points at home. If you would have told me we held them at 17, I say we win this game. And we win this game if Carson plays. If Carson
I feel so too.
If he doesn't get in the head, we win this game.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
And that's what hurts.
Like I said, he's
really, not what ifs.
It's
just to me, I think we do.
A playmaker, he's just special. You know what I mean?
Like Russ?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And we really know that. So it's not stating the obvious, but we talk about all the time about slowing the game down. There's a guy, a professional that slows the game down. You know what I mean? That touchdown to DK. Rodney came flying up at the last minute. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what they had on there, but I don't know what the hell he was doing. But he came flying up, and then
they didn't even blitz either. He just stood there. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Rodney in coverage is never a strong suit of his. He's more physical guy, comes up, stops the run well. But overall,
I don't know what
I don't know.
Doing
I don't know why he was just like, who are you covering? I know it's a zone. I know it's a zone scheme, but it's like, well, go pick up somebody. Nobody's even there. Run with somebody then, because nobody's there.
Or blitz. Don't just stand there. But now, how about? So I seen some other guys on there, on the socials talking about the fourth downs. To me, I'm fine with Doug going for both those fourth downs. I was telling him we were calling for him to go for it from here. You got to back up. You got to back up in. You're down 8 points. You don't know how many more times you're going to get the ball back at least, or get in that position again. In my opinion, you got to go for both of them. Guys are whining about kicking field goals.
Oh.
Fuck that. Go for both. I'm fine with going for both.
Miles
Sanders,
anyway.
that ball's slightly behind Miles Sanders, but there's also a defender in front of him. I need that catch.
Yeah.
That catch has to be had. I need that catch. And he might have went house. But I need that catch Absolutely. And then
play call.
And then
Yeah.
obviously there
At
was
the right time, too.
The fucking sea parted and there was a ton of room for Josh. He probably thought he was going to run into the end zone.
Gotta throw it.
I mean, you're 40 though. You got to get rid of the
You
ball.
gotta throw
As soon
it.
as the guy grabs your foot, you just got to toss it.
absolutely.
It's got to be tossed.
Yeah.
You can't go to the ground with it. So
and the other one, like you said, like what does 17-12 do for you? If you score,
Yeah.
you don't have to go for
Yeah.
two. There were
Seriously.
there were 6 and change on that first time.
and
You know
it's
what I
still,
mean?
but it's still five. It's still 5. So it's not like if it was a 6-point lead and you cut it to 3. Okay,
No, that's what I'm saying.
but it's still 5.
was-
So
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
they would have
did-
kicked, if they would have kicked 2 field goals like cover at +2.5. Let's go.
6,
no one gives a fuck about your cover.
But I'm saying the first one you're talking about.
If
was,
I had 2.5, I'd be right with you.
yeah,
Didn't have 2.5. Didn't bet earlier in the week.
I was just gonna say, how the hell did you get that? They went off of 1, right? Yeah,
They went off a pick.
Yeah,
okay,
I
okay.
booked it. I booked it early yesterday. +2.5.
Oh, gotcha.
And then
Is
the
that
money.
before Ertz was
Yep.
announced?
Yep, I got the +2.5, and I got the money line at plus money, so I got like +106.
Not that that helped you.
Not that it has to help me now, but I wish it would have.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them going for a 4th down. I understand what some people are saying, but I have no problem with it. I mean, that's a good play call on the 4th down. Miles Sanders has to catch that football.
but I
You know what I
don't-
mean?
I need to catch.
The only one you could be talking about where you're even agreeing,
Is the Miles Sanders
or
one.
you're agreeing with the other people is there was 6 and change, so the first time. So it makes it 17-12.
That's the only
That's all
one.
it does.
That's
Because
only
the
one
other
I
one
can-
is 2 minutes to go. I don't care if you have timeout. So if you kick the other one, that's what I'm saying. Because I got the same text from a couple of my buddies, and I said, let me get this right. Let me get this straight.
You're going to kick a field goal and
You
give
wa-
them the
you
ball
wa-
back
you-
with 2 minutes left.
You wanted to kick a field goal down 5. Because I got a text. Why we should have kicked the field goal last time. Okay, so 17-12 with 2 minutes to go and 3 timeouts. You were going to make it 17-15. And don't think you would have got roasted throughout your life. You know what I mean? They're putting a lot of pressure on the defense there. That's it. There's not even a chance.
No, you gotta
so
go
the
for it.
6-minute one
And
is
guess
the
what?
only one
Guess
that you
what?
could say.
Guess what?
Maybe make it
They
7-12
didn't get a
when it
3
was
and
6
out.
minutes
Yeah.
to go.
They didn't get a 3
no,
and
the
out.
game was over.
Okay?
That's what I said.
The Eagles didn't get a
So
3 and
you
out.
imagine if he did that.
Yeah.
It's 17-15.
And then they get a first
Greg's
down like
happy
they did.
because he cashes his ticket. 17-15, and to give up the bomb to
Yup.
DK, you're throwing up. You're saying,
First
what
off,
if?
how do you even look
What
at
if?
your
We
how do you even
I'm
look
driving
how do you
to
even
the-
look at your
I'm
players?
driving to the field.
How do you even look at your
That's
players in the locker
No.
room if you do that?
Couldn't do it.
That's the ultimate pussy move. And anyone that suggested that, you're a
Absolutely.
pussy.
Couldn't do it. No, absolutely.
I couldn't even look at him.
No.
I couldn't even look him in the face.
And the one that Miles is a
si-
touchdown.
That just means you're a
but I'm
pussy.
saying
You're not gonna go
that's
for
the
it?
only one that you can even argue because there were 6 and
Yeah,
change.
no, I hear you.
And if it
But-
gives you
but then
something,
the
you don't have to
devil's
go for
advocate-
2. You hope to get it back. You don't have to go for 2, and you're okay.
But the
You know what I
devil's
mean?
advocate is the other
I'm
side.
fine with that, too.
The other
I mean-
side of it is, well, it's a good play call. It's a first down and more. So if he catches the ball, so it is what it is. We can play sides. So the people that wanted to kick it there,
I thought he had it.
if the play call was bad, then I buy in that. Okay, you're wanting to kick a field goal there. I'd buy into it a little bit more. But when the play call's good and the opportunity's there and it's just not executed, then I can't be like, oh man, you got to kick it there. No, you got the call you wanted. It just didn't get caught. And Miles had a great year. I ain't putting none on Miles. Shit happens. Guys drop balls in this league.
Guys
You know?
drop balls.
So
I
I'm
need
not-
that
I'm not
catch.
putting it on
Guys
him.
drop balls now.
Yeah.
Guys drop
Yeah.
balls.
He's trying to catch it on the run so he can not only get the first, and he can score. You know what I mean?
How about-
so if he only needed a yard or 2, I think maybe he sits down and catches it.
Yeah.
He still needed 5.
He was trying to catch
He
on
was
a
trying
run.
to- yeah, he's
And
trying
then
to
guess
get
what? It really what it is, like Tommy said, he was about to go down the sideline.
Oh, yeah, he's free.
Now, how about this? Like, how about guys you're excited for moving forward? Some guys from this year that you've seen. Doesn't have to be exactly just
Well,
today. but
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders, absolutely.
Boston Scott has a role.
I
in
think
it,
Dallas
a role in
Goddard
this team.
has emerged as a top 10 tight end in this league. People might
Goddard,
call
yeah.
me crazy, but look at the stats. He's top 10 in this league. He's like 11th in yards, 8th in touchdowns, 10th in catches. That's top 10 tight end in the league.
Yeah, and the physical presence adds more to that top 10. Yeah, I'm excited about them 3. The defensive side.
Boston
of
Scott.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said that.
Yeah,
Boston
Boston Scott,
has
them
looked.
3.
Hey, he looks good.
Like,
And I would like
Definitely has
and
that.
I would love to
hard.
see. I would love to see Greg
Got a
Ward in
particular
a
skill
slot
set.
role. I would like to see Greg Ward in a slot role if you have 2 good outside guys. 'Cause I think he brings something.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
I like him on the team. We'll see. Who we pick up. Obviously, Deshaun will be injured at some point next year, so we'll play the slot then.
well, Deshaun's gonna play more outside probably.
I know.
But yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He'll be the third receiver at that point.
defense side of football, I'm looking for Derek Barnett, one comment down a little bit, but continue to develop because I think he still has a tremendous upside. I think he's only going to get better. This year coming off the injury, I thought he had an okay year, but dumb penalties sort of made it look like a bad year for him. And today, with another one. But I'm looking forward to him because I see the talent there when we watch him. The speed's there, the hands in terms of rushing are there. All that stuff's there. So I'm looking forward to him. Now, we need to draft a linebacker at some point or address it.
That's where I was going. Not necessarily.
Because Nigel got another gun charge.
You love to win in the draft.
Because he hasn't even been around.
You love to win in the draft. What I'm saying is, if there's any, I don't even have it in front of me, so I don't even know who's out there. But if there's somebody out there, you open up the fucking checkbook and you say, come on.
Yeah.
Right? Because that, to me, is defense.
I thought Nigel Brodham had a bad
When you got a guy in the
middle. I told
middle.
you he had a gun charge. He wasn't even around.
When you got a guy in the middle that's the baddest dude on the field, nothing better. Nothing better on the defensive side.
Look what
when
you
you
saw
got a guy in the
today.
middle that's the baddest
Look
dude.
what you saw today. Bobby Wagner's baddest dude on the field.
And
Essentially.
KJ Wright might be the second
Yeah.
baddest.
Besides Fletcher, Bobby Wagner's the baddest dude on the field. So you got to this organization has, besides Nigel signing, which was a really good one. Okay,
He had a bad year, though,
before the Super
but no,
Bowl
I hear
year.
you.
Before the Super Bowl year, Nigel was a great signing.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not
Absolutely.
Nigel played really good for us. That's the first time we actually went and addressed it. Now you're seeing, hey, we got to address it again. And the sad thing is, Jordan Hicks, fully healthy, had a hell of a year in Arizona.
Yeah.
Which, it was time to go. The injuries.
Let the team attack.
That's why I don't want to give up on Sidney Jones because and that's the guy I'm looking forward to seeing because I saw a rebound and we gave up on Brandon Graham in this city. And Brandon talks about to Sidney all the time about how, hey, I went through the same stuff. Right? You keep fighting, you keep working, you try to block out the outside noise, you continue to try to get better. And we saw a guy get a little bit better.
Yeah.
So
made the biggest play in our team's history.
yeah, so I'm
Made the biggest play in our team's history.
Who, Brandon?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm saying,
Brandon's that strip sack makes up for the all time.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Like you
I'm
said,
good.
back-
I love Earl, but I'm good.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we talked about earlier, back to the offensive side.
I'll still take Earl.
It's time for Dillard. It's time to see if this could be a 15-year left
Yes,
tackle.
yes,
left
that's a
tackle.
great one.
Anthony,
My bad.
Anthony
That's a
Munoz,
great one.
Anthony Munoz type. You know what I mean? Like, just to throw
Throwing the
a
Munoz
cop
out there. I like that. I like the Munoz
But, you know what I mean?
throw.
Somebody that
Tony
you don't have to worry
Baselli,
about.
yeah.
Just
let's do
you
it.
don't even know that he's
Yeah.
there because
He's just there.
Because nothing
'Cause
happens.
Walter
For
Jones.
16 plays 16.
He can even Walter
he's
Jones not show up to the first
16
game.
games. He plays 16 games. The guy in front of him don't even get a sniff, so you don't even know if he's playing. You're like, hey, Dillard played today?
Yeah.
He played all 16 for 15 years. Holy shit.
That's what you want.
That's because
Almost like
It's
Peters
like Joe
was for
Thomas.
a while.
Yeah.
Remember Joe Thomas? They were like, Joe Thomas hasn't missed a snap in a
That
lifetime.
was Jason Peters forever, too. That's another one. Trey Thomas, John Runyon's in the world. Guys are like,
love John Runyon.
are just the best.
Fucking love
They don't
John
miss
Runyon.
games. They're out there all
John
the time.
Runyon pounding
Sticks is not happy.
vodka right now.
Sticks is not happy.
And I'm not happy with him.
Well, real quick, he's right about Jalen because Jalen got embarrassed today. But he's upset with Deshaun, and you even bringing up Deshaun's name at one point because he said he stole a salary this year.
I mean, he did.
And I'm not
Let's be honest, he did.
Should have got surgery as soon as it
As soon as it
happened.
happened. We
All right,
called
maybe,
that
Mac-
too.
maybe
like-
he's 2 for 3.
Well, like Dr. Paul Vidal told us, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Princeton locations. He told us, hey, why is he not getting it right now? This
Yeah.
is way early in the year.
Yeah, he said
When we
this
talked to
is
him.
about 10 weeker. I don't know why I just don't get it right now.
Eagles, take some notes from the doc, okay? Dr. Paul Vidal, you might want to hire him.
Hire him and his staff.
We're here for you, Doc. We're here for you.
What do you have?
Princeton, Burlington, Cherry Hill.
You have something to say?
Locations.
Yeah, well
Six.
Stixie says that Boston Scott's better than Miles Sanders. So
Nah,
I'm just
calm
gonna,
down.
So he's 2 for 3 on the comments.
Yeah. Calm
so we're
down.
just gonna pump the brakes.
Boston Scott is nice.
I mean, he's played very well, but let's be real here.
Great.
he's
great.
definitely going to fill that Darren Sproles role extremely well.
Couple things from YouTube. They're flying through.
Eckler type.
I love Austin
Possible Eckler type.
I love Austin.
Yeah.
You know?
Zatumbo 8's
Love
a
Austin.
new
Oh,
yeah.
subscriber. He's actually Seahawks fans.
What's up, bro? Congratulations.
Yeah, been really great in the
Hey,
chat.
tough team,
But
man.
The,
I mean, we know what
I
Seattle
fucking
is.
hate the Seattle Seahawks.
the
I'm not going to
comment
lie
of
to
the
you.
day
I
so far
despise
from
Pete
Dan
Carroll.
Dan
Good luck.
Burrito. How apropos this season ends on a drop. Miles Sanders.
It was our first
yeah,
of the
yeah.
year, apparently.
Yeah.
You know,
According to I don't know who, because I've seen
pretty
plenty.
fitting for this year.
Well, read off one more you got on YouTube. I don't have my computer, so you got anything
No,
else?
there's a lot. I mean,
What's up,
we're
family, over
going
there?
who we want in the draft. I mean, all our usual suspects
Hey,
are here.
hey,
TCP,
hey,
Bryce
hey.
Blackwell.
What up, everybody?
What up, man?
0024.
Tough night, fam, but we'll be back.
Everyone's in.
We'll be back.
Hold on. I'm gonna scream it for the people in the back that can't hear. I give up whatever I got to
They
give
all
up
want
to Jerry Judy. Whatever you
Ruggs,
want.
KJ Hamler.
That's when
from
you back
Penn
up the
State,
brink truck
you know,
of draft
not first
picks.
round for Hamler. but
That's a brink truck of draft picks. You just back it on up.
Yeah.
Back her on up. Whatever you want.
I like CeeDee Lamb. I think you can get him,
like
I think
CeeDee
you can
Lamb
get him
too,
like
but-
10, 12. You don't have
yeah,
to give
I mean,
his mom
there's a
up.
lot of good stuff here. We're just all
I
having
like
a good
Ruggs,
time at
too.
YouTube.
Brian, you know when I Brian you,
Oh,
it's real.
wow.
You know when I Brian you, it's real.
Did you Brian
When you
me?
have a generational type talent like this, which is Jerry Judy to me, okay? Because when you're that polished, running routes already, You're only going to get better with it, okay?
It's like Marvin Harrison.
All right. When you have this kind of talent, I don't settle for that second best guy. I want the best then.
But you're
also saying you got to get up to 3,
I'm
though.
just saying,
I say a lot of shit. So what? What
How
do
you going to get up to the third?
What did I say?
I'm not killing you.
No, I know. I'm just waiting to get
10
killed.
minutes ago, you said they're not going anywhere. This team is here for a while.
Yeah.
That seems a little rash. And if
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
rash.
sell the farm,
That's
what I'm
rash.
saying. You
That's
know what I mean?
rash.
Like, there's other guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, no.
in order to get up there, you got to do some throwing out.
No, absolutely. But
You
what I'm
gotta-
saying,
you got to do some wheeling.
yeah, what I'm saying, they're here. They're here to stay.
How you think
You
we're
got
getting
some-
up there?
You got a lot of other problems too. Not a lot. I'm saying you got. Other
Like, let's be
problems.
honest. To get Carson, what did we trade? We traded 2 firsts, Kiko Alonso, and who was the
that was-
cornerback? Byron Maxwell, right? That's pretty much what we traded because we traded them to Dolphins to get to 10 or whatever. Then we traded that and
Yeah,
the
13.
another first round
13
pick to
to
get
10.
up.
Listen, a
Right,
lot of
so-
it. A lot of it's just me yelling and screaming.
I'm just saying,
No,
if
no,
we
I'm
want
not
saying
if
it's
we
gonna-
want
it
to
would
get
be
up
an
there,
easy
though,
move.
legitimately, if we want to get up there, we got to trade a lot.
I understand that, but I think there's also.
I think it's too much.
Because what did I say?
What I say? I say a lot. I know what I said. But yeah, no, I mean, I understand, it's a haul. They get up there. I totally get it. But when I see a guy like this, and my quarterback more than anything needs that weapon for the next 5 to 8 years, whatever it is, right? When I have that weapon in front of me, and if I'm Howie Roseman and I go through the whole thing, and this guy's the best talent to me in this draft, all right, and that's a position of need for me, then if I see that and I say, and my scouting guys are like, dude, this is one of the best guys I've seen come out in a long time, right? Just hypothetically, right? Then I give up whatever I got to give up. Then that's on them to figure out how much of an impact and how much they want a guy. But for me, just from watching Bama games and not even going deeper than that, hey, what do you want? What do you want? Now, it doesn't mean you're going to get him. You give him top 5, somebody else can steal him in front of you. So there's a lot that can go on in there. I'm just saying, all things being equal, if I can give up the picks to get there, I'm not worried about the picks because if I get that 1 star in a draft, I win a draft. You know what I mean? I win that draft because it's so hard to hit on any picks for some teams. You know what I mean? So if I can address a star and target one like we did with Carson, go get franchise-changing players. Julio Jones changed the Atlanta Falcons in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not comparing him to Julio. I'm just talking about that kind of talent.
Yeah.
Right? It changes an organization. So I need that change and that explosiveness offensively because I don't know where it's coming from on the outside. I got Deshaun Jackson hurt all year. I got Alshon Jeffrey essentially hurt all year.
But
And
So
get
it's
old. And get
you know
old.
what I mean? So it's like,
And both get
where am I
old.
getting it? Where am I getting
I hear
it?
you. I'm saying
I'm trusting him to
they
draft
changed-
well.
I know, but they changed them to being relevant.
What about free
They
agents?
haven't won anything.
I just like Julio.
You know what I he haven't won anything.
just
And
What
I
about
know you
free-
don't.
how
He
about
won me.
free
He won me 2
Julio's
years in
your
a row
guy.
fantasy. Hey, I mean, it's big.
How about free agents? Is there a free agent out there that's like
I don't know.
is there a free agent out there that's John Brownish this year? John Brown, great
Yep.
pickup by Buffalo.
Yes,
Right.
He was
Spot
out
on.
there to get.
Yep.
We could have had him. He was out there to get. Is there a guy that's John Brownish this year? That's I don't even know the answer myself.
Oh, you
I'm
passed
just
on-
asking.
We looked a
You
couple
passed
weeks
on
ago. There's
Devontae
nothing
Parker?
John
like
Ross
that.
is
There's
John,
John Ross.
John Ross is
Yeah.
fast though. He can take the top ball.
passed
good.
on-
You wanna
passed
come-
on Parker.
he'll fit perfect
They
here.
locked him up after the last 7 weeks. They locked him up.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were in the boat. You were.
How
in the
about
Parker boat.
like no this guy?
That was you.
No,
You
listen.
Appreciate
paddled.
that, yeah.
No, you were paddling.
Yeah, I was
you.
trying.
It
I was
you
trying to
and
get.
him.
He said
No,
no.
it was you and Mrs. Parker. That's all it was.
Yeah, and and Will's like, we don't want him. He stinks. Then he
Well,
goes and
he had
catches.
7
He
good
catches
games.
100
started
balls against us.
started catching some balls after
Yeah.
that.
Oh, a good quarterback does that for you, or
No,
a competent
Fitzy.
one, right?
I do love me
a
some
competent,
Fitzmagic.
a competent quarterback does that for you.
Now, how about-
Josh Rosen? Nobody. I mean, listen, Calvin Johnson didn't catch a ball from Josh Rosen because he can't get nobody to football. Let's be real.
Josh Rosen stinks.
Right, that's what my point is.
How about this guy? Now, I understand this guy comes with an injury designation as well. But there's a guy named
Yes.
AJ Green
Yes.
out there
Yes,
who
yes,
is a
yes,
stud
yes,
when
yes.
he plays. I'm just saying. And you probably can get
You know
him.
how that's gonna
I mean,
work.
I'm assuming he's pretty cheap.
The second that trade happens, right, or signing happens, whatever it is. Okay, let me tell you.
hurt. He's hurt.
Yep, that foot comes back to play. Comes back into play. Then Liz Frank.
And I don't think
You know what I mean? Liz
I know
Frank.
what you're thinking, Wills, but I don't think he's going to be cheap. You know what I mean? Like, he just looks at it
Oh.
like one of those things. You know what I mean? Like,
Here's a good one.
I think he was barking at. That's why he didn't want to be there.
Josh McCown
'Cause
talked
he
about it.
Really wants, big time money.
My bad. Sorry.
No, you
I
good.
just came to my head. And because Eric Jacinto said Robbie Anderson. And Josh McCown talked about that to Doug Peterson and other guys that, hey, because he played with him, he's like, hey, it's a perfect fit for Carson.
Yeah, but not in this locker room. He's
Yeah, I was going to say,
a piece of shit.
he's kind of a piece of shit, though, isn't he?
He's a piece of shit.
I think he is.
Yeah, but you're not going to be perfect.
I understand. You're not going to have 53
Well,
choir boys. I get that.
Is
but
there
I
like
think he's a bad
I
coach.
didn't hear anything. Is there like
Oh,
documented
yeah,
stuff out there?
he's a piece of shit.
Oh, what did he
He's
do?
been in like 4
No, I
things.
don't know.
No, he
He's
is.
a Temple kid.
No, he is.
Domestic abuse.
Pretty sure.
And he,
Oh, is
and,
it?
he, and he got in trouble with the cop. He was going like 150, and then he did something there too.
I mean, who
There was
hasn't
like
done
4.
that?
I know, but there was
Fast
like a gun
game,
involved. There was like a gun involved.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta look it up.
Well,
There's
take
like
the-
4 different
Take
things.
the gun out, but who? I mean, these guys live. For
Oh, no, I don't
these guys
care about
need-
speed.
These guys live
I think
for
he got
the need for
suspended a
speed.
couple games because of off-field incidents.
No, he
Yeah.
has. But guess what? A good locker room and a guy getting a little bit older can change that.
No, I agree.
Now, I'm not saying he's perfect, or I'm
He's
saying
fast.
I don't condone none of that bullshit.
He is
I'm just-
fast.
I mean, I don't care if you go 150. I just don't condone the rest of it. But
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
yeah,
Leave the gun in him.
leave the gun, domestic violence, whatever
the
it is.
gun
We
always.
don't condone any of that. But I do condone speed, and I do condone playmakers.
Leave the
and
gun.
And I
Take the
do
cannolis.
and I do believe. Well, Nigel had a gun too. It'll fit right in. And then
Hopefully not, because Nigel, I'm almost ready to move. I
to
mean,
who?
he'll be here. He'll be here.
I thought
obviously.
Nate Gary played well.
Listen,
in the
I was
time.
going to bring him up. I feel like
thought he
the
did.
second half of the year, he definitely played a
He's
lot
always
better.
around, right? He's always around. a guy
Definitely
with a
played
ball.
a lot better. Second half of the season, definitely played a lot better.
But what I'm saying is I do condone speed. I do condone that I think this locker room is one of the best in football, okay? And I do think that if you come in here, right, I'm not saying they can change a guy, but a guy can go through 18,
I know.
18 19
Well, you
weeks.
do your
and
due
just-
diligence.
and just-
If they do their
you know
due
what I mean?
diligence and
go-
trust it, then I trust that.
Yeah, because they're good at that. So they're good at that. So if
Yeah.
they brought him in, I would be, okay, you guys are never
Yeah,
really
then I
wrong
try-
with this
then I
stuff.
trust
Listen, if the money's right, you can always cut ties, right?
Yep,
You saw what the
exactly.
Patriots did. I mean, obviously it didn't work this year, but you know,
It's all about the guarantee.
AB was like he was even too much for them. That was it. That's enough. Keep it moving, AB.
Look what you just did. You know what you just did? You know what you just
Now
did?
people are going to start talking about AB.
You almost made me think about it. I almost said, well, you haven't heard, he's a problem, but I love 100
Slightly.
catches. I'm a big fan of 100 grabs.
I don't know.
He's too much now. I mean, it's. I'm not saying it's over for
He
him.
tweeted
but
today
he's an
like
animal.
he tweeted like earlier today like only playing in 2020 with Tom Brady or something like that.
Oh my God! Now
It's
he's
like,
back.
So Brady going somewhere else because
You
I'm
live in
pretty,
a guy's house
pretty
for
sure
2
you've been
weeks.
exiled from New England.
You live in a guy's house 2 weeks. You watch him kiss his kids, and now you're that's the only guy you're going to play with.
He's probably hoping he gets kissed by him.
Eric just we need to get ahead of the Giants and Skins to get him, Tom. Giants might draft him. No, I mean, you're not wrong. I agree with you. It wouldn't be an easy move. I like to give
I don't
dream
see the
scenarios.
Giants
Fab.
have Darius Slayton, who they already just take, and then the Giants need a lot more help than receiver. I don't think the Giants are taking receiver.
And you're not wrong, but at that point, Chase Young's gone, Joe Burrow's gone, right? That's the thought process. 1, 2, Burrow, Young, or Rice. Sorry, I keep calling him Chase Young, the country guy.
Shut your mouth, Greg. God damn it! Why the fuck would you win 5 games? God damn it! Fucking
But
Chase Young.
you're
is
absolutely
L-
not wrong.
You
There's
guys
other
are
names,
oh,
but
you
do
guys
you
were
pass that up?
I know,
Like,
we were over.
are you that good at wide receiver to where you
Leave
can pass that
Rosen in.
up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Judy goes like 5.
And you're
Four,
right. I have to look
4,
more
5,
too, and I'm sure
6.
we all do. But
What's
like,
Washington too?
Washington's too. Like what
Washington's
else?
taking Chase Young.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't
And
know.
What else
you're
do
looking
you
at
do? What else do you take
possible
there,
LT
then?
clone for the next 15 years?
I don't know. I can honestly now. Ron Rivera's there, so they probably do take Chase Young. But
If you don't take Chase Young,
Yeah.
you might as well be celebrating Thanksgiving on January 2nd.
Greg, I can't. I agree with you, but then disagree with you because Jerry Jeudy's same impact offensively. He's not. So it's not, like I'm saying, you want that weapon for your quarterback.
Well, they
too.
got
And
McLaurin
a lot of these
also.
teams.
Playing had a good
yeah.
year, yeah.
No. I'm just saying, but you always look for that. When both teams just drafted a quarterback, okay, both teams are now they want to look for that guy.
Well, I think McLaurin's that
They're probably
guy.
looking,
I
they're probably
understand
looking
that,
for
but
that
you-
replacement for
I think
Kerrigan.
Darius
though, too.
Slayton's that guy.
You know, Kerrigan's getting up there. You already have Jonathan Allen. You know, you team him up with Chase Young.
I'm just saying, both
know.
of them are not drafting Chase
I'll tell you
Young.
what, if they're trying to get rid of Ryan Kerrigan, I'll say,
Oh,
Rye.
I'll take
hey,
him.
Rye.
Real quick,
Hey,
you're
Rye.
not going to pass up Young just because you have Kerrigan.
Listen,
No,
both of them-
they're drafting Chase Young.
Yeah.
Both
Exactly.
of them are not drafting
You take-
Chase Young.
you take the
so
best guy there.
one of them,
Right.
one of them is taking Jerry Jeudy. It's either going to be, it's probably going to be the Giants.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
You think they go defensive?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I don't know because I go say,
When a
I go
guy-
say
when a guy is a
offensively,
monster-
Barkley,
When a guy is a monster,
Barkley, Slayton, Judy,
Dank thinks
Huh.
they're going. Dank Burrito thinks they're going
sorry.
tackle.
right?
when a
Yeah, I was
guy's-
going to say, or tackle. Because they need, listen, they got to.
Yeah, they're sitting at 4, so it's
Yeah.
Bengals, Skins, Lions, then them,
Oh,
and then
well,
the
there you
fish,
go.
and then the fish. So
Now the Lions might go Judy.
Yeah.
Because the Lions need. I mean, I love Galladay, but they're like the opposite of each other. Galladay's that
They would fit
fucking.
perfectly
Galladay's
together.
that fucking
Wow, there it
monster,
is.
Megatron type guy. Like
So,
me-
real quick,
mini-
you-
mini-
you-
Can we fleece the Lions?
You just
Ju-
don't
real quick.
You don't pass on the best guy available. You know what I mean? I know Willie doesn't like the running back thing, but like that. Taking Barkley, that's the right move. The guy's amazing. So will it last for 10, 12 years? I don't know. Right? Chase Young to me is similar. When a guy is that much better than everybody else in the draft, you take him.
Yeah, agree.
So,
if I'm the Bengals,
Chase
I take
doesn't
him
get
too.
past it.
Yeah,
Real
I
quick,
like
I just
Burrow.
pulled up the CBS Sports just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joe Burrow 1, Chase Young 2, Jeff Okudah, the cornerback from Ohio State 3 to the Lions.
He's flying up the draft board. Yeah, he should have
Andrew
been
Thomas,
Thorpe
the
guy.
offensive tackle, to your point, out of Georgia to the Giants.
Yeah, it won't go wrong there.
Isaiah Simmons,
What they got,
safety
Judy?
from
6'7"?
Clemson, going to Miami. They have
a good pick, too.
Tua going 7.
Good.
An offensive lineman going to the Chargers. Tua going 7.
Where do they got Judy?
Perfect.
9.
To who?
Hold on, come on.
Look at you, buddy. You can climb up.
See,
now.
I told you. See,
you
I
climb,
I still think he might go
AJ
5 though.
Get out your ladder.
Spence,
Get your
the
ladder out.
D tackle out of Iowa, was
Get your
going
ladder
8
out.
to Arizona. 9 is Judy going to Jacksonville.
Oh, we got a relationship.
And then Grant.
Don't
Delpit-
let Nick get
I'll
him.
finish the
Get
top
Nick,
10.
we get Nick back. they move us up the draft. Don't say this. That's
Do
a
it now.
joke.
You know what you're doing. It's not fun.
Today?
It's not today.
Today,
Not today.
yo, today you did that. Today.
I'm sorry.
Grant
This
Delpit,
fucking
safety LSU, going to the Browns at 10.
Absolute pimp.
You never go wrong, LSU.
They only have the top 10. Okay.
No, I have it all.
Okay. So
we're
where's
not,
CeeDee
right.
Lamb?
12 to the Raiders.
Where's Ruggs?
Dolphins got a couple picks.
Okay.
13, I think.
Mark Mercado says Schwartz needs to go. I don't agree with that, bro.
Ruggs 15 to the Broncos.
Okay, so those guys, I'm not saying, but all those guys they got high grades, that means. So you can
They
get up and
have,
get any of them guys, I'm fine with it.
They have us at
That was-
21 taking T. Higgins.
That was our point.
From Clemson.
From Clemson.
Yeah, also another good receiver. There's a bunch of good wideouts.
Oh, it's deep.
Real deep.
Justin
Real
That's
deep.
why you don't
from
mortgage.
LSU.
Real
That's why we
deep.
were saying you don't mortgage it
Justin
this year. You know what I mean?
Jefferson.
You don't have to.
Going to Buffalo.
No, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
another
I
good
do.
one.
I'm just
Justin
aggressive.
Jefferson, another
I'm
good
just
one.
an aggressive doggy. You know what I mean? I just think fuck the picks next year.
Rieger
I'm
going
trying.
28.
I fall in love.
The
Switch.
kid
like
from TCU.
Tom could never run a franchise. He could coach 1 year. He would just expend everything for that year.
Have you ever
and then
seen
he'd be like,
me on
oh,
Madden?
shit.
You ever seen me on Madden?
You're an issue.
Yeah,
He
I
plays rookie level, probably.
don't buy rookie level. I look forward to the
shit.
all season. I'm a big all season
Yes,
guy.
I look forward to the
What can I
all-season.
give
That
you?
was the best
What can
part
I
of
give you to
NCAA
move
And
up?
building
was
his
the
character.
recruiting. The best part of the NCAA football games was
I was a
recruiting.
great recruiter.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a monster recruiter.
Great recruiter.
Off season and
Great recruiter. Big family guy.
build
great,
his
great
character.
recruiter.
You like to build his
I wish
character.
they would make a game just for the recruiting. Like, just
Tattoo.
do recruiting. Wow. I'd play.
I'm sure you would, Sims. Fucking Sims guy over
Throw
there.
in some
Fucking
boosters, trying
Sims.
to like get some, throw some things out there. See if I can get the the blacklist.
This dude runs a city in
See what
Sims. You
sticks.
fucking kidding me?
See what
That's
sticks.
unreal. We
Mike,
play video
Mike,
games about
Mike,
building fucking cities.
Mike, I got time.
That's the fucking
Can I-
weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Got time out here.
Shut the fuck up for a second. Mike Royal, and I love you, Mike. Don't need to draft a top QB, but is there someone you guys like in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round? No, I don't. I'll take Sudfeld as my backup.
Yeah, Sud's been here.
Sud's
been here.
I
We're
can't
good.
do this tonight, Mike. I can't do this.
We're not drafting a
All right,
QB.
we're talking about
We got
goddamn
more
Jerry
needs.
Jeudy.
We got
I'm
more
talking
needs than
I'm
QB.
talking about goddamn Jerry Jeudy. I'm talking about a wide receiver to go with my quarterback for the next 5 to 8 years, right? That's what I'm looking for.
Well,
I ain't looking for. I don't give a rat's ass about the 4th, 5th, 6th round. Listen, that's what I tell you. I'm looking for that guy. And if it's not Jeudy, if it's another guy, fine.
I'm looking
But
for a
they
DN, though, sometime in the draft. We got to draft another DN.
Listen, you
Just
got it.
'cause-
Wills, you also got. We're talking draft right now, but the bigger thing is going to be free agency. What can they do?
Oh, yeah, true.
What can they do to upgrade this football team? That's always been a Howie semi-strong suit, and it was in 2017.
Well, we also get
In
to see Malik
2017
Jackson next year.
Yes, in 2017, we won the offseason. And it didn't look like that at the time, but when you look back on it, we won an offseason.
LeGarrette.
Howie Roseman needs to go win another offseason. You know where? He needs to win it on the defense side of the football in the secondary. He needs to be creative, and he needs to be creative with some type of weapons offensively. I think our offensive line's in great shape, essentially. I really do. I got a ton of confidence coming back with this core, this group of guys. I think Carson's completely fine. I'm not worried in the least about Carson Wentz right now, okay? So how can I put enough weapons around my quarterback, like some guys have said, so I'm not wasting his prime years without big big-time offensive weapons. Okay? That's what it comes down to. That's why I get all giddied up and jazzy to go get a guy like Jerry Jeudy, because I need explosiveness. Every other team feels like they have explosiveness. I got an explosive-type style quarterback. Okay? If he was playing with the kids that Mahomes is playing with, it'd be lights out there too. You understand this? Okay? Because everybody on there is just speed, and we're going to kill you. Like, they're similar guys where they got to get out of the pocket. They're big, they're strong, they like to make plays on the run. Russell Wilson, again, likes to make plays on the run. This is why speed, like the Seahawks have, kill you. Because guys get open after the fact. We have none of that. Like, McCown broke the pocket like 10 times today. And there's nobody open downfield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to go get guys that can just take top.
Well, we had Shelton Gibson.
Yeah.
And fucking Deontay Burnett, Greg Ward. We had guys like that running around out there. That's a good reason why there's probably not guys.
Mike, you're right. Howie's
that.
not going up for a wideout. He's 100% right. I like to dream, Mike. That's all. I'm a dreamer. You know, I'm a dreamer here. I'm dreaming about another parade right now.
They say you're a dreamer.
Do they
But
say
your
that?
heart's a gone.
What were you going to say, Sweets? My bad.
No, I would just say just to give that guy a name because we appreciate you tuning in. Like a guy for me, he played tremendous in the bowl, and I think he's tough as nails. A guy like Nate Stanley, like a fifth, fourth, fifth, sixth round guy. Not saying you're gonna, take a quarterback, but like there's a name for him right there. The guy that's that I like. I don't know where he is on draft boards, but I think the guy's tough.
I feel like you can take a quarterback every year if you wanted, really.
Yeah.
Fifth, sixth. See if you can develop them, and then even we even in the past we always were good at moving quarterbacks.
And especially
AJ Foles
we
comes to mind.
Drafted a dud in Clayton Thorson, so yeah, probably late you're going to take something.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not an issue.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a depth guy because you're going to lose McCown most likely. So
he's going to retire.
Now you're sitting there with just Carson.
He's going to be quarterback coach.
You know what I mean?
He's going to be the quarterback coach.
They could be the OC.
I'm just telling you what's going to happen here. I can smell it. I freaking smell it.
Smell him coaching his kids.
Nope.
Carson. Home in North Carolina.
Yeah, Carson. That's who he's coaching. Coach his kid Carson. All right? Allow it to happen. All right? Talking into existence. I think he was really good for this kid, talking into goddamn existence, would you? And stop being – he's going to go back to coach high school football when he gets a quarterback coach job in the NFL, making buku dollars. He's going to go just run and coach
his kids? Yeah.
Okay, his kids will be fine.
He's played 20 years in the NFL. I think it's okay.
I'm not saying he's broke. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Guys, it's hard for guys to get out when guys love it. He obviously loves it. He came back because he loves it.
Yeah, and they were letting him leave for a day and a half a week to go
fine.
fucking see coach's kid.
As a quarterback coach, he can leave for a day and a half.
Oh my God, would you stop it?
There's Skype. There's so many opportunities to check in on the footwork.
He just Skyped us. Did he just fucking Skype us?
How's his footwork look?
FaceTime.
Carson, put it up right here. Carson, let me see your footwork. Okay. All right, you're good. Stay there. Go work.
There's Skype. What are you going to do, that Dak? You do the Dak thrust?
Carson. Let me see your Dak.
The Dak tree?
The Dak thrust?
Listen, what a good time, though. Even in a
Skype.
loss, we got a lot off our chest early on here throughout the first hour of the show. Listen, everybody over on YouTube and Facebook, you guys stay right there. Twitter and Instagram, we'll restart the stream again.
A fast hour,
right after. Yeah, it was an hour 3. I'm like, where'd it go?
It's just
I looked
just like a bar stool. Just need,
that's all we're doing.
You know what I mean? Just need a beer. It's just like we're just three guys.
I got the kegerator
Three guys
inside.
yakking.
We're gonna put it over
Three
there.
guys yakking on a bone.
You got it right over there. Don't you worry, we got you. There'll be plenty of sipsies, plenty of sips, plenty of Brinkmans going on in here.
We're not going to be knee jerking after like Brinks likes to do, but we'll be sipping.
We'll be sipping. So listen, on the other side, we're going to continue to talk Eagles. We're going to continue to get things off our chest. We'll finish off, who we think's going to the Super Bowl. Obviously, after the first weekend of the NFL playoffs, we'll discuss on who we think is going to be in the dance out of the NFC, AFC.
Or are you doing
that? And we're going to do.
We can do picks, really.
That's what
we're going to go. We have to go next night next week.
Yeah. We're going to be night. So we'll probably be talking other things. We'll probably at that point be talking some Sixers. We'll be getting into that conversation.
We'll be talking
more.
We'll be talking
Eagles. We'll be talking playoffs.
Everyone loves the NFL.
No, I understand it. I'm telling you, we're talking everything.
Playoffs.
So worry about times all the time. All right, we'll be on next Sunday. All right, can never make a big guy happy. We got so many things to talk about though on the other side.
Big guy.
Continue to get these things off our chest. Crumb of the week, and we already know who it is on my end, and we'll see what it is for everybody else. But listen, I'm here to protect my quarterback and my guy. And if you're not going to stick up for him and you're going to jump off the wagon, over a concussion, then just leave the city, jump off the wall to the bend. We're here to push you. It's Agree to Disagree, A2D Radio.
I can't believe I didn't say bar chair. Fuck me, man.
It's all right. I let it go.
No, I know. It wasn't even bad. It was just about the literal chair.
After you said it, I was kind of confused for a second. Like, okay, I know, I got it.
Three guys sitting on the floor.
That's all.
How do you think they came up with a name? A solid name. I gotta give it to them.
We're just.
A lot of tears there last night.
It is a great name. So it's Agree to Disagree.
Portnoy
Radio.
was back in Carson though, so I'll give that.
Yeah,
I'm sure they were upset last night.
He can go blow himself. Okay.
A lot of tears.
We had a lot to say last night.
A lot of tears.
Yeah, a lot to say last night. We'll be back on the other side. Stay with us, fam.
Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
All right, so we're back.
And we're back.
No, I'm just joking with you, dude. I mean, I'm used to a bed. I'm used to certain things, and we.
I think he said we're going right back in.
I understand.
I heard him.
Yeah,
I heard him.
you can go right back in with a bed. I'm just here. You know what I mean? We're back. It's no worries. I love the dirty freaking looks. You know what I mean? Once it get cute, it's just another click of a button. You know what I mean? We're not far away from the bed. You know what I mean? People like the beds.
I mean, he's getting a little big for his britches, isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's just that's an upper management
I mean,
call.
I feel like
I could be
I
inside
feel like
playing video games, so we're sleeping.
I feel like listen.
He
I mean,
always wants to
I don't
do
want
this
to
where
be.
he could
I don't
He
want to
doesn't
be.
wanna-
I don't want to
be
be
talking sports.
I don't want to be the one to tell you, but there's been two other guys before you that were you. There was two previous Gregs. I mean, they were moved out by Tom. So I mean, we're waiting for the next one, I guess. Then maybe.
As
Bags
the
are
world,
packed.
I'm just kidding.
Bags are already packed still.
I'm just kidding.
as the world turns. Hey,
As
hey,
the-
he doesn't
as
have
the-
a bed. The bed's screwed up.
As the dikey turns. What's he up to?
I have no idea. Practicing basketball.
That's true. Probably.
Remember that one?
Probably complaining a lot.
So, the Zach Barrer, who is live on the rundown on A2D Live and A2D Radio right
Bedroom
now,
talk.
I completely disagree with you, brother. I don't, you guys all want to look at what wasn't right this year. And, we talk about it in sports and we talk about it, when we coach or we talk to any kids about sports. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's how I want my football team to be built off of. I've always said, to go one, start playing good football in November, December, January. That's when I got to play my best football. Not that the first half doesn't matter, or you can just say, oh, well, whatever. I get it. The bigger thing is I get that we're going to sit back and have issues with play calls at times. Everybody in the NFL has issues with their coaches' play calls. Nobody's going to be perfect when you're sitting home and something doesn't work or seems stupid. It's just part of it. You know what I mean? It doesn't make him a bad coach. It doesn't make him a bad offensive coordinator. It doesn't make him a bad play caller. It's just a part of it that we're like, what are you doing, dude? I don't like that play call. I sit at home and don't like stuff. So, and I'm a big Doug guy. But it doesn't mean he can't do it or he's a reason that we didn't start well in the first quarter. There's more to it than just him in that. But the thing that he does control is how resilient and how tough his locker room and his players are. And that's what you see. You see a team in the playoffs 3 straight years, a team that has been decimated by injuries over the last 3 years and continue to fight and finish, essentially, okay? They didn't go the way we wanted, but now we're going to look back at the beginning of the year and be critical. You know, be critical of this game then. But I'm not going to be critical of Doug in a game where a 40-year-old backup quarterback's coming in. If you think they're going to constantly win games with backup quarterbacks in this league, you haven't watched football your whole life, okay? You just haven't. You don't win with backups in this league. There's a reason why you pay franchise guys big-time money, and backups are backups. And I love Josh, and he played well today. He's not Carson Wentz.
Listen, we competed.
We
competed after he came in, but the game was pretty much lost as soon as Carson got hit in the head by Jadeveon Clowney.
No, you're right. And now Clowney says Philly fans are the worst.
Well, it just changes everything. So, yeah, it's hard to, talk about a recap of a game when that affected everything. You know what I mean?
It changes everything.
You know, if 17-9, you're still in it. So
yeah, we fought. We battled, which is what you would expect out of this team because we're strong. We have good structure, and that points to the head coach. So to take your side as well. Now, I do have issues with his play calling, and I'll be the first one to tell you I have issues with Doug's play calling a lot, but I have no questions with him as a leader of men at all.
Good
None.
oak. Good oak. That's good oak, man.
Yeah. Listen, could you bring in another offensive coordinator? You know, you go a different direction with Mike Groh. You know, you bring in a guy that maybe, I don't know, that's a little bit more creative.
Or just change the title.
That can help you.
I told you, I have the problem with that. And maybe it's just around the league because I see there's several guys that are in his tree that are menu guys. You know what I mean? Like I call them menu guys. You know what I mean? Andy, Sean Payton. You know, they're menu guys.
Yeah.
Their face doesn't come out of the menu. Doug, they're menu guys, you know? So I don't know how they're structured, you know what I mean? But I only know from here because we're in this area, and that's the team that we cover, you know what I mean? But just get rid of the role. Like, you can have somebody in there that can be a consultant, right? Just get rid of the title. If you're going to call plays, then you be the offensive coordinator, too.
Yeah, and I know.
Right? Just don't, that's all.
What does he do? What is his job?
Well, I'll tell you because I know for a fact that.
Well, say, you calling good plays.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that
I think he called a good plays.
That he does allow him at times to call the offensive plays. You know, he's mentioned that.
What times?
I mean, we're going to go back and you want to go back and ask Doug that question?
I have issues with that.
I'm telling you that they do switch it up at times when things aren't going well for one, the other jumps in. So they do talk about.
So he's saying he's on the headset?
Yeah. They're all on headsets together.
No, I know that, but I'm saying.
Sometimes they'll say like, hey, you know what? You got this drive. You know, whatever, for whatever reason, you might see something different to me. So they do switch it up at times, but I agree with you. Like, he's the offensive play caller, he's the offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? That's his gig. That's where he got his meat and potatoes in this league. You know what I mean? Being an offensive guy, an offensive coordinator. And I always say, you want to.
Where he sharpened his teeth.
Where he got his, I got you.
If you want me to cook the dinner, I'm going to shop for the groceries. Well, it's the same thing. Like, if I'm an offensive guy and my job, and I want a new contract and I want to stick around. Well, I'm gonna call my plays then. You're gonna go out with me then, and
that's what I'm always saying to you. Like, then you can be accountable. You know what I mean? Like, to me, there's just too many cooks in that room. You know what I mean? Where
if you're telling me, well, sometimes he calls plays, I got an issue.
Where fans that don't pay attention just want to burn Mike Groh down. And I'm not defending the guy. I know he's a simpleton. You know what I mean? Or air quote simpleton. All right, but I mean, how involved is he? All right, how I mean? How much of a simpleton is he?
What does he do besides get Carson and Doug coffees while they talk about the game?
You know, when you're the only guy wearing the hat, like, you can have other guys in the input, but when you're the main guy wearing the hat, that's when like yesterday, in the non-related Eagles thing, Bills, 3rd and 18. That's on Leslie Frazier for playing an umbrella 30 yards down the field. All right, that's on you, Leslie Frazier. And then there might be other guys that he consult with, and they're in the meetings, and they're defensive guys, right? But at the end of the day, Leslie Frazier's going, let's play umbrella. You know, maybe that's not what he called. Maybe that's just what they did. I don't know. But I watched the game. They're 30 yards down the field.
No, you're right.
And a monster first down, and then the rest was his.
But the good thing about Doug is.
So I don't know. Like, to me, you can have input, but one guy should have at least be the guy, the lightning rod, to answer everything and say, hey, that's on me.
And the one thing I give him credit for and why he's a great leader of men is he'll take ownership and all that. He does do a good job of taking ownership. I'm
not saying he runs from it.
So that's the good thing. So it's not like he's calling the plays and then doing a Jason Garrett where he's going to call out Kellen Moore and other guys like he did 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So he takes the criticism for the play calls. He doesn't run on it, and I've never heard him throw Mike under the bus ever. to your point. You know what I mean? As a fan base, because of the job title and because of slow starts, we're going to be all over him. And listen, I don't
get him a cold coffee that day? Throw him on the bus?
Could have been. But I'm not going to, do I think there's better options than Mike Groh? Absolutely. But, I'm not going to also – if they feel like they can work together and they do a good job together, I'm going to trust Doug in that decision-making, too.
Well, we won the 3 straight playoffs. We made 3 straight playoff appearances. That's just
and
fact.
He's been here the whole time.
That's just
it's
fact.
It's not like he came after 2017. Like, he was on the staff.
Yeah, he was on the staff.
He had a role here. It's not, you know what I mean? So to give him a little bit of credit, it's not like the guy came out of nowhere here. He was here when we won a Super Bowl. He was around the culture. He was around our quarterback. So there's got to be some chemistry there on why he came back this year after – our struggles last year. Why did he come back and we made the playoffs? We played better.
It's all about
down the
making
stretch.
the playoffs.
We're money.
You saw it the last 2 days.
And we're going to crush Mike Groh for other things, and let's give him credit for how money we are in the red zone. You know what I mean? And things like that. That's the money areas. So we got to give it both ways. The fan base, I get it. There's better options. But if we're going to hammer him for this, well, then let's give him and Doug credit for how good they are in the red zone. The things need to be cleaned up. Absolutely, we need to get better with things. But there are also a million interchanging parts, and the way this offensive staff was able to deal with it and critique their offense, if you can't give them credit for that, then, I don't know what to tell some people out there that just, aren't on the Doug wagon, essentially. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you.
Then you just don't like the guy. Then.
Yeah, I mean.
Then you just have an issue with the guy.
There's 2 other coaches maybe in the league that could deal with these circumstances and still make the playoffs. And one's Bill Belichick, maybe. I don't know. I've never seen him without Tom, right? So,
I have. He went 11-5.
Okay, that's 1 year, Wells. The culture's already
I'm just
built.
saying that.
Okay, I'm just making a point.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't know what he is without Brady. I don't know. I still think he's a great coach. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
In Cleveland, he wasn't that great.
Well, that's my point. The other one's Mike Tomlin. I think he's a great leader in Met. You know what I mean? There's 2 guys that I think that can handle the adversity Doug's handled in 3 years and still be
Andy handles it well.
Yeah.
Once they get to the playoffs, they don't usually do as great. But Andy will get you to the playoffs.
I know somebody earlier was talking about they're rooting for Andy now, and I'm rooting for Andy too.
I would love the case.
We're out of it.
I would love Andy to win it.
Yes.
I love these guys that hate Andy for some reason. It ended bad. It ended bad, but all long relationships do.
It was time to go.
They all end bad.
That's it. It was time to go.
It was time to move on. We didn't get the ball we wanted, but we had some great years. Those were my favorite. Some of my favorite years, dude. That was my high school years. They were great years.
We always talk about it. You know what I mean?
Great years.
You didn't cut the nets down, but I mean, every year you were going to get double-digit wins. All right, so you sign up for that. All right, every chance every year you had a chance that you're going to be in the playoffs. You got a shot. That's all.
That's all you ask.
Right?
Absolutely.
Come on.
That's all you ask.
And now
That's
it's
what
even
he's doing
tighter.
there.
Now it's the parity in the league is so. Like the difference in winning games, we always say it. There's like 3-4 plays that make up a game every week.
We saw it that.
Every week, and you saw it the last 2 days. One home team won. Okay, like how important is it to make the playoffs, huh? Ask the Vikings, ask the Titans. You know what I mean? You just got to get in.
Yeah.
And we've got in 3 straight years in a row. That's on our coaching staff. So if you're like trying to move on coaches, I mean, I'm not. I'm looking for upgrades at players, at positions, but coaching staff I'm fine with. We got 3 straight. We got 3 straight fucking postseason appearances.
What separates?
You know what bad teams do is continually change coaches.
We talk about that all the time.
That's what bad teams do.
You got to land on the guy, like you said. Yeah, you give him opportunities. He won, so he's got plenty of rope. In my eyes, he's got plenty of rope. You know what I mean?
Big time rope.
But it's a good 3-year run right there that you'll take. Right
and it's
there.
not over,
especially all the
That's
adversity.
And hopefully we can flip this fucking injury bug that we've been carrying for 3 years with us.
Because I would love to see what he does with a healthy roster. What he's able to do with an unhealthy roster has been amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing short of spectacular, honestly.
Like I said,
right. I mean, honestly,
I'd like him maybe to have a little more input maybe in the draft. You know what I mean?
Not saying he doesn't. I don't know.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. Either do I. I
I
could be speaking out my ass. I'm just saying.
I would hope he does.
Like you'd have a little more finger, a little more handprint. You know what I mean?
Maybe with no Joe Douglas now.
Like a guy like Andy. You know what I mean? Who was great at that. You know what I mean? Like they moved up. I understand it's hindsight 2020. Here we go. It's the 3rd time I said it this show. Right? But moved up to get Pat Mahomes. Right? Had a vision. Right? Nobody said he was, wasn't going to be a good player. You know what I mean? But Andy had a vision like, hey, I got to get up to 10. I got to get up there.
Bloodlines too.
Get up there,
you know what I mean? Big fan of bloodlines. When Daddy can spin it a little bit. You
95.
Know what I mean? I would assume that you can spin it too, brother. But no, you're right. He drafted great here. Why do you think our success and our window was so long? because he drafted great. You know, as much as I crush Howie in drafts, he's obviously got an eye for some talent because it's at least culture and resilient guys he brings in here. They might not always work out, but it seems like he drafts resilient dudes that buy in, that work hard, you know?
And then you develop guys. Like,
Yeah.
you know, saying that's what Andy, they developed linebackers. They weren't going to pay the big bucks. It was like next man up, right? Trot spot. See you, man. Love the car wash.
And then we got to give
You
credit.
can head all the way.
I got the trot on.
Yeah. You can head to Washington, man. We're okay. Like, we don't, you know, we love you.
And he came back.
We love you. Yeah.
Well, right back
It's
to
like
you.
the Patriot
Right,
thing.
right.
You run a good organization when guys want to come back.
Well, right back at
And
you
they
on
come
that.
back.
Right
They come back.
Right back to your point about Andy developing guys. You know, and we're talking about changing coaches and all changing coaching staffs. You know, members of the coaching staff. This team looks like it does a pretty good job of developing guys too. From what we've seen over 3 years, essentially.
I mean,
especially
you got
this
to tip
year.
the
It was a hell
cap
of a 4 weeks
today.
right there.
You got to tip your
I
cap
mean,
this year
yeah.
to just the amount that we've got out of these practice squad guys. Like incredible. Like you know when other guys around the league are talking about, it's incredible that 5 guys from your practice squad have come up and made impacts.
Absolutely.
Impacts. Like you hope to get a guy, maybe a guy off the practice squad that comes up and makes an impact once every 5 years.
Yeah.
We had
Well,
5
how-
this year.
that's
That's
how-
fucking crazy shit.
That's how
crazy
that's
shit.
how important it is to stash those guys away. You know what I mean? That's why they don't want other teams to get them. They're like, hey man, that's you use those spots. What is it, 10 spots or whatever it is? I think.
Yes, I don't know. what
Something
it
like
is.
that. You use them wisely, and you got to be smart about it. So, and obviously, it reared its ugly head this year. So,
Yeah,
crazy,
and
crazy.
Crazy.
Ralphie D, sick to my stomach. Can't believe a cheap shot changed this goddamn game. Christian Carroll, we were cheated today. He speared Wentz.
I feel
as far
cheated.
as I'm concerned.
Christian, I'm right with you. I feel cheated. I don't care what anyone says. To me, I mean, I understand that Carson's on the ground, so it's tough, But he led with the crown of his head. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
He led with the crown of his head, and he hit him in the head. So I don't know how it's not a penalty. I don't know how people are trying to defend saying it's not a penalty. I don't know what game you're watching, and I feel cheated. I know we all do.
I agree.
I feel cheated.
Greg, let me ask you a
It took
question.
the air
He
out of
was still-
everybody.
And he was still on the ground when he lunged.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like he was in the air trying to make a tackle, and then still somehow his helmet found his helmet. That's convenient. But he was still in the air. Carson was diving, and then he just went full.
He went full helmet.
full submarine, dude.
And he landed
Full torpedo.
completely like
Torpedo type. You know what I
after he hit him with his head, his entire body weight landed on Carson, like fully pushing him into the ground. And I thought that's illegal now too. So
Yeah,
there's
it
like
is.
3 different penalties on the fucking.
Well, let me ask the NFL question, because you're talking about protecting your quarterbacks from this type of situation, from concussions, right? That's the big thing you're trying to protect this whole leg from. And then you allow that to happen. And college football has reviews for a reason for this stuff. Why aren't you picking up on what they're doing? You should be reviewing these hits and kicking dudes out. You want to make a statement? Bye. I'm not talking about just today. All over the league. Guys want to lunge with their helmet and leave with their helmet. Kick them out of the game. Screw the fines. Guys don't care about the fines. Hurt their teams, and then
College
guys.
football does it right, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
College
saying.
football actually does it right.
The same sport, we talk about it all the time, and how absolutely asinine it is. 2 of the same sport. It's the same sport, right? And you got 2 different entities, and they have different rules. Right? You're going to do that to college kids, but you don't want to do it to pros?
Yep.
I mean, that's devastating to a college kid that might not be doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? He's going the rest of that game, then,
and
then
not-
the first half of the next game.
And a lot of guys,
not getting paid
don't
for
control their bodies as well as
Yeah,
NFL
absolutely.
guys.
Not getting paid for it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
But let me ask you a question. I gotta ask Greg a question because he better tread real goddamn lightly on
Depends
this
where
one.
at school you're talking.
I'm just curious of his
Very
answer. So you would get rid of Doug Peterson?
I'm not saying I would fire him.
Then what are you saying then?
I just don't think he's a very good in-game coach. He's a great motivator, great leader of men, as we've all said, and I've given him credit for. I just don't like him as a coach.
Yeah, he struggled in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, seemed like it.
Yeah.
Seemed like them play calls were tough. I'm just saying. Seems
Yeah,
like
blind
seems like our red zone
perfect clock.
efficiency. This is where you guys got to use Google in your head sometimes, okay? Because it seems like our red zone efficiency has been the best, one of the best in the NFL over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's not good coaching.
No.
That's not good play design.
How
No. That's not good play design. Because I'm going to stop you all in your tracks with this shit.
ahead.
That's not good play design. Because you can't have it both ways. You all want to have it both ways with
I'll
shit.
give Doug credit. We won a Super Bowl. Great, cool.
Great,
But
cool.
But I'm not going
Great,
to also
cool.
sit there and
Great,
blow
cool.
all the
Great,
time.
fucking cool.
Great, cool.
Great, cool.
Yeah,
you better
great,
check your
cool.
fucking beanbag at your pulse, honey,
What
because it
beanbag?
ain't great cool. We were on Broad Street for the first time in the history of this team.
Yeah.
We're on Broad Street, and that's great cool.
Great
That's
cool.
a cocky great cool.
That's 3
That's a
years
cocky
ago.
cool.
Let's go. The inconsistency is
Dikey number
very,
2 over
very
there.
frustrating. The inconsistency is very
What
frustrating.
inconsistent going to the playoffs every year?
We lost. We won.
I'm going to stop y'all because you ain't going to have nothing to win this.
The Giants and the Redskins.
Cool story.
Down the stretch.
You could have lost.
Everyone's got to play them.
You're absolutely right.
Cowboys played them too.
In case
you missed it.
No question.
Cowboys play the same
and
teams.
It's where we are.
Dallas play the same teams.
They win
those
4
games
games.
were so important because we were so bad leading up to that.
We still won the division, though. I hear you.
No question.
No, I listen.
No
did
question.
we? Obviously, I feel like stretches of this year we did not play good football.
No.
I totally agree. But we
You know,
got it
4
together
weeks
enough
ago-
to win the division, and we played well today. And like we said, we feel cheated in dire situation. We played well today. I think if Carson plays, we win this game
I
today.
don't disagree.
And then we're going to Green Bay where we already won this year. Oh my God, I can't even think about it. I'm
But
getting
coming out
jazzed
of that,
up.
coming out of that Dolphins game, we were running heads to roll. You know what I mean? And then we go on this run.
Well, we
which
weren't looking for the head coach
and
to
neither
roll.
was I. I wasn't necessarily saying Doug's got to roll, but a lot of what has been set up was because of the inconsistencies and the lack thereof consistent playing through the players and the coaching through that middle portion of that season.
True. We struggled a lot. With a lot of
And
injuries
then
again.
with the injuries
Well,
coming back,
I feel like
they
once
were
our
able to rally
defense,
against bad teams, but
our
they
defense
did.
got
They won
healthy.
those games.
Our defense got
You
healthy.
have to win.
And
You
it
have
helped
to win
us.
those
Listen,
games.
listen.
Everybody's blowing the Cowboys early when they beat those teams. So it's just as much to give them credit for winning those games and winning the division. Absolutely. But let's not all of a sudden say they're a good football team again just because you beat the bottom of the division.
Greg. This is
But
But you just got to get in the playoffs,
They
Greg.
beat the
Ask the Titans, Greg.
But Tavon should
Ask
still
the
be
Titans,
running.
Greg. Ask the Vikings. Just got to get in.
No, and we did.
I know. That's what I'm
And
saying.
that's
all you
a
can ask
great
for.
run.
3 straight years.
That's
So
a
you
good
don't.
run.
So this is my issue. You won't give him a 5-year deal right now.
No.
So that's your fucking problem. That's why you should stop talking sports then. If you can't see what else?
See ya.
What else do you want? Who do you want then? Who's your option then? Who's your fucking option? This
I
agenda
never said
shit.
you had to fire him, but I'm not locking him up for 5 more years.
Why?
Why now? There's my why now.
Why now? Why now? Why now?
What's he got, a year left?
Why now?
And like
This
I said,
is the
4
time
games
to-
ago,
to-
we were wanting heads to roll. Not necessarily Doug's, but we
No,
wanted heads
no,
to
it's not.
roll.
That's not necessarily Doug. So keep that out of that little sentence there, okay? It's
you
not
can't
Doug.
say that
It's
this
not Doug.
was
It's not
100%
Doug.
well-coached
Stop with the
all year.
not necessary bullshit,
It's not
okay?
necessarily.
Because the agenda keeps circling back,
Fine.
and you can tell me I yell
You
you,
have an
but
agenda
I'm
too,
right.
because you love Doug.
No, I got an agenda to win it. You don't. You have an agenda playing Sims and not giving a fuck.
I
I got
don't.
an agenda to win it.
I'd win money
That's the
against the
difference.
Birds.
That's the difference.
And I would have won today if I would have bet against the Birds.
You should have.
But you don't have. It doesn't.
I
Have to,
love you, but I
listen,
don't understand
You don't
it.
have to be holding
I don't
hands
get it.
singing Kumbaya. But are you happy with the 3 years? This 3-year run.
I think there's.
You know what I mean?
Sure, I'm happy because we're
Considering everything that went wrong.
absolutely. But
You know what I
if
mean?
Sure, cool.
but if you go back,
Is that what he said? What did he say?
I don't know.
Actually,
You know what I mean?
2020, you don't know that
You know,
for sure. So
but I'm
I
saying
apologize
the
to everybody
last
out there.
four.
They're
If the
checking in on
last
us.
four good ones, like I said, I think the most awful one was obviously the Dolphins, all right? Yeah. But early on, I mean, you saw how the Falcons played at the end of the year. That's a good football team. They had not a great football team, a good football team. They had
Lions
a
are
stretch.
probably one of the
They
better
were
4-win
terrible.
teams.
And Lions, well, when Stafford plays,
when
that's a different
Stafford was
team.
there,
It's
absolutely.
week 3,
Yeah.
So they're not as bad losses, as that you would think. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hear you.
The
man.
Dolphins' loss is a
Oh,
big
yeah, yeah.
loss.
Oh,
But
that's a fucking
Fitzpatrick
killer.
is out there
Killer.
fucking slinging dick.
They just
though.
went into
So,
New England and won
I
too.
love me some Fitz.
Yeah, they went into New England.
New England would still be in the playoffs if it wasn't for Fitz.
and you don't want to do that because it's not fair. But you take out the Super Bowl year, Doug's an average coach record-wise before the end of this year.
No shit.
But who does that, though? Who does that, though? Who would do that? Who would take out a year? Who the fuck would take out a year? Who the fuck would take out a Super Bowl year?
The year happened.
Answer me that question. Who takes out years? Who takes out years in an argument? It's not context. It's not context. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Everything went right.
Maybe they were just a group of fucking determined men with a leader. You know? I was
Talk amongst yourselves.
Was he not an average head coach?
talking about yourselves.
Average.
Listen, but I agree.
I would
Two
say
playoffs.
I understand what you're saying. You can't take a year out. You can't take that.
No, you got to spec it. Yeah.
You can't take that away.
Nah, you can't do that.
You're
works.
good. You're up in there now.
Now there. Because
Start yelling.
it was such a special year, and it's not fair. Absolutely. But if you do,
Well, you can't minus years. Yeah.
he's an
It happened.
average head coach.
He said it's not fair, but then he says if you do. Because you just went and did it.
I did.
And it's
If you,
it's
but
unfair.
if you,
So
no,
you made your own point.
I'll play his game. I'll play your game. So, but if you do,
I'll play
he
it.
still has gone to the playoffs 2 out of the 3 years he's been the coach.
Don't disagree.
So 66% of the time, which is, I would say, is better than average.
3 years.
And I'm not saying
Or he's taking out the year because
Oh, yeah,
Taking
the
one out.
agenda.
We
got
are
the
3
year.
for 4, really.
Yeah.
But
Fit the agenda.
we're taking one out. We're
Absolutely.
minusing. We're deleting a year.
Yeah,
we're doing
the
it all
fit,
the way.
the fit it in.
Yep.
You and Zach in the bed.
Yep.
Run down.
Negligent.
Run down.
So, I mean, I
We're
would
mad
still
at
say
Doug.
that
we're
he's
mad at Doug for the beginning of the year.
I would say if you theoretically took out the year, I would still say he's above average.
But his record, well, now he is because we won 4 out of 5 or whatever it is, right? But at the point when you did, he was absolutely 100% average. It was 47-47 or whatever it was. And
You don't have to be a lot over 500 to be good in this league.
So let me hear this out, right? Let me hear Mr.
gotta
Take
win your
out.
division.
Hold the fuck on, everybody. Because we're taking years out then. So since we're taking years out to fit fucking agendas, I'm going to take a year out. Sure. I'm going to take Carson's rookie year out since we want to fit the agenda, right? So then add it up. I'll be here. I'll be right here. Then you add the Super Bowl year in. Add up the numbers after that then. All right, we want to fit agendas here. So we're gonna count the rookie year then with a rookie quarterback because teams win that way. Right? Teams go to the playoffs with rookie quarterbacks.
The rookie quarterback wasn't
then
the
he's
issue
3
that
for
year.
3.
It was your left tackle was popping pills.
Then he's 3 for 3 with a Super Bowl win.
I'm just asking for the family. I'm asking because I want to know.
There's a lot of people that don't like Doug. It's not just me. So
Well,
I don't know what family.
I'm asking for the people.
No.
out there.
Yeah, there's
That
a lot
actually-
of other people that agree with me on that.
Oh,
they just don't want to. They just don't want to say it.
Well, that's a cute circle jerk of a lot of idiocy.
Luck,
You know what I mean?
kumbaya.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I mean, I listen. I'm gonna say it again. You guys all say, "Oh, what time you just over?" Yeah, I shut it down when it's this egregious. Okay, this is why I get jazzy because it's this egregious of an agenda that you just don't want to let it go. And I don't know if it's for fun. I don't know if it's because you think they're going to keep winning the longer you hate them. But I don't
It's
know.
not for fun. I really don't like him
Why?
because I don't like him.
Because it's secondary.
Not playing a
I mean, it's
character.
nice. I don't know what the secretary looks like, so I can't judge that.
I don't know either.
He's not playing a character on TV.
I've been trying
Greg, I would
for
think
as
that
long
you'd be a
as
fan
we've
of
been
the
doing
secretary.
shows. As long as we've been doing shows, I've been trying to get you to buy into this guy, and it amazes me throughout all of it that you just refuse to do it. That's what gets me because I don't know what else you
Something
want.
doesn't like about him.
I don't know what else you want.
There's something he doesn't like about
I
him.
want him to be good.
They're not good.
I think when Doug was here,
There's so many times during the years that they were just an average football team.
Greg, what is the goal when you set out for a season? What's your first starting goal? What's your first starting goal?
win your division.
Either win the division or get into the playoffs.
Okay.
So, I mean, listen, you can be critical at the beginning, but then where's the love at the end?
I love you, Doug.
No. Because you want to just say who they played. So you want to talk about a bad Miami loss, fine. But they played other bad teams. They could have lost 7 games, and they didn't.
Yeah, they squeaked by, but yeah, you're right. They won.
They won at Green Bay.
Jeez.
That's a good win
They won at Buffalo.
because Doug couldn't throw the ball 70 times because of the weather.
Still won.
Still did.
Bill Middlebrook. You as well. Buy clothes.
He'll delete this post. He'll delete
more posts because you say you take that year out because of Frank Wright and all caps. First off, settle down with the all caps, okay? Because you can come sit here and I'll all cap you all day, okay? Because you just continue to amaze.
Frank had a good last month and a half.
You continue to amaze
Two
on
field goals.
this Frank Wright blowjob shit. Frank Wright, I love Frank, okay?
Down 8, give me 2 field goals.
And he was a big fan. He was a big part of the Super Bowl run.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Bill wanted field goals.
Down 8, give me 2 field goals.
Yeah.
I'm still came up short. What happened was
Hold on.
Plus 2.5, I would have taken
When
it.
was I screaming about Doug?
what happened was is that JPP missing a digit? Old 8 fingers?
I thought that was.
No, yo, Bill says, tell me these shows. 'Cause I want to know. Tom, can we pull up old shows when you were screaming about Doug? Where are the shows at?
Yeah, I know where they are.
So I'm not allowed to be critical, even though I'll give the guy a 5-year extension in a heartbeat. So I can never be critical then. That would be a homer. So I'm allowed to call it how I
we're
see
critical,
it.
motherfucker.
I'll get critical. I'll get critical. I was critical of Joel the other night. That's my son, and I got on him. Okay, so I'll flip the switch when I have to. But to tell me whatever agenda this is, Bill, you might want to delete that one too. Okay, because this makes no sense. Because I'm not allowed to be critical.
10 minutes.
All right, there's a difference to being critical and wanting a guy fired. Greg, Zach, well, hopefully not Zach, but Greg, Bill, you don't want the guy here anymore for whatever reason.
I never said fire him.
You won't give him a 5-year extension when it equals you don't want him here.
No, I don't want a 5-year extension. You want to sign him to a 2-3-year extension? Cool, let's go. I'm not giving him 5 years. That's a
He's
long
not
time.
going to sign a 2-year extension. He'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, why would you not 5 years? It's not. What's a long time?
I want to look at Doug for 5 more years.
What's your issue with
I
Doug?
just can't believe this. I just
Don't think he's a good coach.
Do you not like his face?
It's just something about it. I just want to.
I just don't understand. I don't.
Now, did you-
I
Now-
think Doug
now
whips.
you-
I think Doug whips your.
Now
ass.
you remember what happened last time, though. That happened, right? So when it was time, like I'm saying, not you, anybody, like when it was stale, when it was time for Big Red to leave because it was getting stale, where it was 4-12 and everybody was up in an uproar. They forgot about all the good years. I mean, let's get him out of here, And then you got some hot shot. That ruined you for 3 years. All right, so that could be what happens. You know what I mean? Like,
he's
now
in love
you're
with the
looking
hot
at that.
shot.
No, I'm just
He's
saying.
a hot
that's-
shot junkie.
That's,
He would bring back the
Is that what you
smoothies.
want?
He was a
I
chip
mean, I don't
guy.
know.
Yep.
I like chips.
It's enough said.
I mean, we knew. You didn't have to say it.
There's
We
There's no
knew.
question.
We knew
I
it.
liked it. I
like the move when we hired.
I liked it
sold-
when we happened,
he
but
sold it.
I absolutely agree with the dismissal as well. It was time.
He saw. Well, it was time.
I mean, he had went to 2 playoffs, so he went 2 out of 3.
Well, you like being sold, right? That's your whole thing. I can
He didn't
smell
win a
it from
playoff
here.
game,
So
No, he didn't.
So Chip,
You're right.
Chip sells you by the way he talked to you. He sold you. He sold you on a bag of fake goods. All right, that's what he did. He sold you on that draft when he talked about big guys beating up small guys, and everybody got.
No, it was just something different than
I know.
Andy. It was
You
something
got jazz
different than
hands, too.
Andy.
Me too.
We got
I'm
jazz
100%.
hands.
I'm
We got
right
jazz
there.
handed.
I was
We did.
jazzy with him.
We were
Said-
jazzing.
I said, "Oh my
We're like
god."
DJ Jazzy Jeff. We were
I'm like,
jazzing.
oh my god, and we're running plays every 12 seconds. We were so jazzed up that Monday night. Like,
Oh my God,
every
yeah.
12 seconds, look at this.
Jesus Christ.
That
Nobody's ever
preseason-
stopping
Where's
us.
that whack?
That
Where's that
preseason
whack?
game against the Packers, we were all
Oh my
jazzed
God,
up.
first off.
Bill, I
I don't even want to go back.
Bill,
to
Bill,
I don't even
Bill,
want to
Bill,
check
Bill,
tape for
Bill,
that.
Bill, Bill.
I know how my tape was on that.
Bill.
I was at the bar, and I'm
I
like,
was looking for losses.
We're going to the playoffs.
Tom's talking
We're
undefeated
going to the Super
season.
Bowl.
I'm looking for losses. I think we might lose 2 games. I don't know.
Bill, again, I'm not allowed to be critical or yell about play calls. It's my job as a fan and air quote analyst and air quote a fucking sports junkie to do that. That's my job. Okay? That doesn't mean I want fired. So you don't understand critical and what guy's gone. This is where y'all just need to lock in for a half a second and let me help you on what critical is and what firing is.
Let me
okay? Because
help
I am
you.
so sick of
about
people
your
trying to
quan.
come at me.
About your quan.
Oh, Tom, pull up this. I know what I said.
A little show me the money action, yeah.
And nobody in the
Let
country.
me help
I'm not
you.
done. See, I'm not done. Nobody in the country does more videos than I do. Okay? So when you start doing as many videos as I do,
Country talk.
okay, then you can start critiquing me. Until that, listen to what I say and try to soak in like a sponge like a little kid for a minute. Be a sponge, Bill, because we're going to help you get smarter.
SpongeBob
And you'll
SquarePants.
never have to delete again.
He's dadding you right now, Bill. Do as he says, not as he does, okay? He might go burn heaters after this. He doesn't want you smoking.
Bill, I
but
love
follow
that.
his words.
See, Bill,
follow his words.
See, look, right? See, Bill understands critical. I was just critical of you, Bill. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I want you fired. I'm just being critical of the nonsense you're
We're
saying.
just critical.
See what I'm saying? People misjudge critical, loud for not liking. I just shut it down. It's simple.
We're just loud people. We can't help it.
I love it. I just love it. I will puffer fish all up in your shit. I don't even give a shit.
PF?
PF. We haven't talked to Puffer in a while.
You
We
haven't puffered in a while.
We haven't puffered.
You haven't puffered in a while.
I'm not really a
You've really
puffer.
calmed your puffering down.
I'm not a big puffer. I like to puff.
you
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
We all like to puff a little bit. We're
Puff
grown-
the Magic Dragon.
We're
Who doesn't?
grown-ass men. I mean, tell me a grown-ass man. Like, Bill puffs all the time in the group. Anytime Bill's right.
First off,
he's a
anytime
puffer.
Bill's right, it's like once every 2 weeks. Bill's right, and it's fucking awesome.
Bill, my job is to yell at you when I think you're wrong. Okay? This is my job. You want entertainment or you want a bunch of kumbaya bullshit, Bill? Because you're listening because you love us. Because we're going to keep it real and we're going to say how we feel. Okay? Doesn't mean I don't respect what you're saying. Because I always respect everything everybody says besides one person on social media. I respect everybody. Doesn't mean I won't yell at you. Garbage. Come on, man. This is supposed to be fun. Don't get all up in your feelings, Bill. Please. Ian Zimmerman. Yeah, let Doug go because great coaching is so easy to find.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
get
grow
it.
on trees.
Get it, Ian.
They grow on trees, apparently, according to some of these guys.
He said, look at the rest of the NFC East struggling to find their coach. We're very lucky to have Doug as our head coach. Anyone who thinks otherwise needs to turn on the TV and watch football. And get off the Sims.
F and A. I think that was added, but added for effect.
Carson keeps saying it. He just keeps watching the hit on Carson. And he gets more mad and more mad and more
I
mad.
don't understand how people were saying it wasn't a penalty. That's what I'm not getting. It's a clear spear. He clearly leads with his helmet. He goes in the spear. I just don't get it.
And Greg's one of my great friends, so I can yell at Greg. Okay? So Me and Greg been yelling at each other for 3 years, Bill. So don't get all, you got to defend Greg. He's a grown-up. He can defend himself even when he's wrong. Okay? It's easy to do.
And I'm not.
I was waiting for it. I hope he caught when he's
Defending
wrong.
himself.
I was waiting for it when he's wrong. You know what I mean? He can defend himself when he's wrong. And he's wrong again. And I think Facebook just booted because of Bill. You might want to hit that up over there. We got a red button. But as we're going.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We've been on for a while, so who knows? They might have just said, hey, we had enough of you, Tom. Yelling and screaming. Zuck came in. But NFL playoffs, and then we'll get Greg's predictions as well. I don't want to do game by game. I would rather just, because we're going to have the crumb of the week coming up in a second.
Well, there's only 4 games.
But let's just, who do you got? Who's going to the Super Bowl in the NFC and AFC right now? Who are your picks?
Jesus Christmas. It's tough. That one's tough for me.
Chiefs Niners for me.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs as well. I'm going to say only – and you know what? I know
Yeah, we're still good.
it's kind of crazy, but I feel like next week's a pretty wild game. Green Bay, Seattle. It's Russell Wilson going back up to Wisconsin, obviously. It's also – that's where they had that – remember that, touchdown interception play when they had the fake refs in that one year? That was a big play. I think they met in the championship game also that same year. So it's obviously
that was also the game where Hasselbeck said, "We'll take the ball and we're going to win."
That threw a pick six. That was a wild. Yeah, that was a wild.
Oh, that was a great one, too.
Yeah, to Al Harris. Shout out Al Harris.
Yeah. That was Hasselbeck.
Former
right?
Eagle.
That was Hasselbeck.
Yeah.
We're going to take the ball and score.
And we're gonna win.
I was waiting for J.J. Watt to do that yesterday when they won the toss. It looked like he wanted to say something.
Yeah.
I'm like, J.J. about to say, yeah, we want the ball and we're going to go win it.
Yeah.
How about real quick, while we're talking about the play, Deshaun Watson yesterday was funny real fast. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it was like, wow, ego talk. And I love Deshaun. He's a special player. But it was just funny. He's like, somebody had to be great today, so why not me? And I was like, whoa, did you just throw it in there? Because it was over to, the loudspeaker to PA. So everybody heard it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Confident motherfucker. I like it.
Hey, he
You know
threw the ball great in second half.
Hey,
I was
listen.
going to say.
He's a special player.
1 minute to go in the third quarter. He was, he finished up, spectacular.
Yeah. But what I was saying, so I remember what I was saying, to be honest with you. But
The teams I had.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had
That's
to.
cool.
And I'm gonna go stay where I was in the beginning of the year. I had Chiefs.
Okay,
I
so
had
I'm
Chiefs
going-
Eagles,
I'm gonna-
and I had Andy cutting down the net. So I'm just gonna go Chiefs Niners and let Andy get it
I'm actually going to go.
right off on the
I
side.
think Green Bay matches up pretty well with Seattle right now because Seattle's pretty banged up. And, I mean, I feel like I said, I think if Wentz was healthy, we would have beat them today. I don't know. For something in me tells me that Green Bay has yet to play as good as they can. And I just don't trust San Fran. And I definitely don't trust Minnesota. So I'm going to say Green Bay, Kansas City, actually.
Yeah, I'm going.
And I still think Green Bay kind of stinks.
See, listen, I look at two things.
Yeah, Rodgers has. I mean, they ran the ball great this year, and then they've played better D since he's been there. I mean, he hasn't done much. So let's see if he has to. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure it's in there.
Yeah, it's somewhere. It'll come out. He loves the moment.
He's an asshole, but he's a killer.
He's a big fan.
Seattle's
of the
going to be a tough beat because Russell's keeps them in every game.
No,
so they'll be
absolutely.
in every game.
But you know what? Two things. We know what travels.
They love
two
playing on
things.
the road, too.
Two things
Yeah.
travel home or away, right? And a great run game and a great defense. So I look at San Francisco and I say check, even though they're at home. I just say check because you have both. You can run the football, you can flat out run it, and we know about their defense, okay? So that's check. I'm unsure about Jimmy, unsure about Shanahan in his first postseason game. Obviously, there's questions there. But, we saw it here in our first postseason game. Guys went out and won a Super Bowl. So
Well, as
I'm
a
not
head
comparing
coach,
the two.
He's been in
Yeah,
there.
he's been there with Atlanta.
He took the heat before.
Yeah.
That, but he learned from it. I think.
I think
We'll
so,
see,
too. I think he's a tremendous
He
play
blew,
caller.
he
That's
blew
why
a
they're running the
fucking
ball. That's
he
why they're
blew a
running-
fucking Super
That's
Bowl
why
in
they're running the
Atlanta,
ball
is
now.
what he
You know what I mean?
did.
That's why he's establishing the run now because he learned his lesson.
Yeah.
After that amazing catch by Julio, should have won the Super Bowl. That incredible
Just run the
on the sideline catch. You're right. You run
Even if you
because
get
Matt
no
Ryan
yards.
got sacked. He
Yeah,
just run the
even
ball
if you
3
get no
times,
yards.
kick a field goal,
Yeah.
win the game.
Yeah, you
Terrible.
didn't have to restart it. You didn't have to. Well, if you're just joining us
You're a
here,
good seed.
the full show is still up on A2D Live and A2D Radio. You can go back and listen. This is just, broadcast interrupted about 2 hours and 15 minutes in, so we don't want to just leave you on that note because we're giving predictions. But two things
We ain't gonna
to
leave you
tell.
hanging.
So-
We're
and
not
I
gonna
look-
leave you hanging.
And I look at the AFC, right, and I really like Kansas City, and I'm rooting for Kansas City. But again, good defense and a great run game. Travel. I look at. I like Tennessee. I do, but not like Super Bowl wise. I think the way it's set up it's beneficial to Baltimore right now and who they have to play. I think it's hard for Tennessee to go on the road again. Right, you already beat the Patriots. That's a huge win for you emotionally.
They better be ready for Derek.
No, I know. I understand that. I understand that.
Game Genie's coming. I'm trying to get that out there.
No. I love Derek Henry.
I love that.
I love Derek Henry, but nobody rushes
Maybe it'll
because
stick.
Because of the quarterback. Nobody rushes better in the NFL than the Ravens. They play good defense.
Yeah, but the way to beat them is to run on them. That's how they got beat this year.
No, I know. I'm just saying that. I'm just trying to now. Now I'm tied, right? Because I'll have Kansas City and Baltimore in the AFC title game. So now I got to think about that one. But in the NFC, I think it's San Francisco. I just think it's San Francisco coming out of the NFC. They check the boxes for me in a lot of ways. Seattle, I like Seattle. I love Russ because he's going to keep me in everything. I just don't know if they have enough to go on the road two times and win again on the road, even though he's 8-1 on the road in the playoffs, which is phenomenal.
And Beast Mode is a huge signing for them, dude.
Yeah.
He's a locker room guy, and he's still got it, man.
He brings the
he's not
toughness.
going to carry the ball 20 times, but he is tough.
He was
man.
effective when he touched the ball today.
I don't know if he can get him down.
Against
he
a great
went out,
run
you know,
defense.
They kind of pushed out of bounds a couple times. He hurdled a guy. Then
Fletcher almost took the handoff the one time where he tackled him right off the bat. But literally, Marshawn was more worried about getting the ball, I think, because Fletcher literally almost took the handoff.
And what were your two teams again?
I went San Fran and Green Bay.
San Fran and Green Bay.
I'm sorry, Green Bay and KC.
Green Bay and KC.
But I would have
Baltimore,
KC.
KC.
I would have
KC
San Fran,
Niners,
Green Bay in the
KC
NFC Championship.
All right, so me and you are thinking the same then on San Fran then, right? We sort of have that same mindset. Not I don't dislike that.
I would have Aaron Rodgers and San Fran, Rodgers versus San Fran in the NFC
because
Championship.
again,
they're the Final Four
another
is tough,
great
man.
defense.
I mean, that's why they're the Final Four for a reason.
Yeah.
First off,
this week is usually one of the.
I totally disrespected the Vikings. Sorry to cut you off. All right, I mean, to me, that's like Greg said. That's got to be obviously the biggest upset of the weekend, and that's monstrous.
I thought New Orleans was going to go to the Super Bowl.
You know, I mean, that their defense, bowed up today was tremendous.
Danielle Hunter.
They
call him Danielle. His name's Danielle. You have a girl's name. Just ride with it. Danielle Hunter was all over the place.
The ambulance leaper was absolutely out of his, literally out of his mind today. Griffin was awesome today. I mean, he was disruptive. We love Cook, and then maybe Cousins got that, got that monkey off his back.
Baby Kendricks can play too. He flies around.
No, we know that. Yeah, I mean.
So that's Final Four.
Good for good for Kirk Cousins too. I do feel good for the guy. To be able to get over that hump. We see it here in Philly in a different way.
You like that?
Getting over the hump and just the way he said that, like when they gave him the game ball, he goes, I got one more thing to say to you guys. You like that? So he did a little troll back. I enjoyed it a little bit tonight. But now, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in that AFC title game. I truly am stuck on it because me personally, I want Kansas City. I don't know defensively if they're good enough.
They've been great for the last 2 weeks.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
That's the thing.
And I'm looking at smoke and mirrors too.
They're playing great.
Yeah, and I'm looking at smoke and mirrors, and I'm like, some of these guys, I'm like, who? I know enough. You know what I'm saying? But some guys are like, who's that?
Then T Sizzle, huge addition for them.
Pickup.
Big addition for them.
And then they see Baltimore in the AFC title game. That's a fun little matchup back. But I look at what Baltimore does well. Offensively, I just think it is hard to stop if they're going right. If they're going right, they're tough. Now, Kansas City is too. But I look at defenses, I think Baltimore's a little bit better defensively. A little bit better because that game would be in
Baltimore.
Be in Baltimore.
So, but I think
KC beat them already this year.
I know, and it's tough to they did. It's tough to beat. It's tough to go beat a good one twice, right? We talk about that. Seattle did to us in different circumstances today, but if not, you saw how tough it is to beat a team twice, even with a backup in.
Same score.
So yeah, it's
same fucking score. Yeah,
you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up.
Unreal.
So I don't know. I'm stuck on it, but my heart is rooting for Andy. So I'm going to go Kansas City, even though I got a weird – and I'm not trying to be that guy like I don't give a fuck if I'm right with the prediction. But I have a weird feeling about Baltimore. They're just so goddamn electric right now, and they're tough to stop. They really are. And I know the quarterback position drives you nuts, but in terms of an athlete, how long's the shelf life? Well, right now that shelf life's money. You know what I mean? I can't worry about 3 years from now if I'm Baltimore.
Yo, Lamar's rocking, dude.
They're built to win it right now.
That's how you should be.
And a great matchup would be San Fran then. You know what I mean? It would be a great matchup. Even Kansas City, San Fran's a great matchup because I want to see
double rematch because they played this year and then the Super Bowl rematch.
Because I would love to see the really great defense that San Fran brings to the table.
Well, they played that game in the fucking
Kansas City or
remember that
Baltimore.
game in like the
and-
Typhoon that they played earlier this year?
Yeah,
It was like
pouring
crazy.
in Baltimore.
It was like 9-6
Field
final
goal.
or some shit.
Tucker beat it 2017. Tucker won
Well,
it or
Kansas
something.
City?
No,
KC
no.
Baltimore?
No,
or-
49ers,
49ers
Oh,
and
49ers,
Ravens.
that's right.
Ravens. Tucker walked off 2017. Or
Yeah,
something.
49ers played another big-time rain game
Yeah,
in
it was like
Washington.
OT or some
Washington,
shit.
that was 9-0.
Yeah.
That's a 9-0 you were thinking.
But that's
a
why.
9-0
That was
But that's
yeah.
why their defense early on, they haven't played as well.
Well, now they're going to get D Ford back. As long as he stays on sides, he's going to be okay. You know what I mean? But, the Niners getting him back, that's a huge favor.
No, it is. It is because listen,
Dug 'em. I dug 'em there.
up front, they showed the numbers the other night in the Seattle game. They haven't got to the quarterback like they did early on. Their numbers have decreased big time. You got a lot of young guys.
They're young. They haven't gone through the entire season like the bulk
Now,
of the season.
how does the bye week affect that little burst, right?
Yeah,
that extra
I'm
week.
sure that helps,
So
yeah.
I sure that helps them, and it helps Baltimore. It helps Lamar just on bumps and bruises. You know what I mean? Because
This is always
he
one of-
runs a lot. But I got to give Lamar credit, man. He finds ways, even though he runs so much, to not take the big hit.
He's a big guy.
He's pretty
too.
good at not.
He's a big guy.
He is big. He's bigger than you think he is.
He's a big guy.
But I don't know. That's what I got. I think it's going to be a great.
Listen,
finish
this
to
week
the
right
NFL
here in
playoffs.
general is always a great week. The
It's
divisional
sad.
round is always 4 good games.
This is why I feel
These
cheated.
are 4 good
This
games.
is why I feel cheated. I had every intention on talking about a win tonight. I felt so good about where my football team was mentally and how they were playing late.
I think
in the
we
year.
would have won the game.
I do. I feel cheated, and it's not what ifs. It really is. Dudes should not be leading with the crown of their helmet. It's a rule in the goddamn NFL. And for Clancy to call us scumbags as a fan base, that's a scumbag hit. That's a dirty hit from a great player. That's a dirty goddamn hit, though. Dirty. Dirty. And there's no other way to say it. If one of our guys did it to Russell Wilson, I would sit here and say the same thing. That's dirty.
He did it to Foles last year.
That's
too.
dirty.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got a history
known for
of
it.
being a dirty fucking player.
He's known for it. Maybe not as bad as Sue, but he's got a little bit of instinct to him. Yeah.
And Eileen, I feel bad. If Eileen chiming in, big time Patriots fan. I do. We always talk about like don't hate greatness in the moment, and I tried not to over the Tom Brady career and Bill Belichick. I tried not to hate it. I just tried to be like, damn,
You love Tom for
I do
years.
love Tom, but I wouldn't listen. If it's the end of it, Eileen, that's a heck of a run. And like Romo said last night, I don't know if you see it again. I really truly don't. You might, but I don't know if you see it again. So kudos to one of the greatest dynasties of all time, if not the best.
I hope it's over.
You know what I mean? It is.
No offense, Eileen. No offense at all.
It's
I
over.
just had enough. I've had enough.
Well, it's
Yeah.
over.
Had enough.
It's over because
Absolutely.
he
Now, does Tom go somewhere else?
I mean, it doesn't mean you don't appreciate it. It's
Tom
the
said he wants to
it was
play
the same
2
with
more.
the Spurs.
Does
you
he
know what
go?
I mean?
Does he go somewhere else?
I was tired of the Spurs. You know what I mean? And they were never sexy, so they were always boring. But
Tough.
Pop was a go,
Yep.
tough, and Timmy was just an absolute killer.
Same
and,
with the
and all-
Patriots,
and
though.
all those little partners.
they were never like they were
Yeah.
never like they were never like the greatest show on turf talk,
No,
right?
no, but
they
that's
were
why-
always
but
just
that's why-
like
that's
they were
why
always just
this
there.
year- that's why this year put me over the edge. All right, for the guys that are such pro Patriot guys or pro Brady guys, and they're just crying their eyes out about how can they just give them this offense? I mean, it's crazy. All right, I mean, come on, dude. Like, I understand you had Gronk for years, all right, and you had some other guys. But you didn't,
Mohamed Sanu's pretty
he
good.
still did it with
Mohamed Sanu's pretty
he
good.
still did it
Edelman's
with,
pretty good.
yeah.
Sony Michel, James White are pretty good, right? So yeah, I agree with you. I'm so sick of like the
You
no
know,
weapons game.
Josh McDaniels is supposed
There's
to be
weapons.
a genius. All right, so you thought you were a genius.
Who was the
Come on.
first? Who was their first round pick again? The wide receiver.
N'Keem Henry.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on him, but yeah.
N'Keal Henry.
So don't tell me.
N'Keal Henry,
Don't
yeah.
tell me there's not weapons there. He just hit the wall, man. It happens. It happens. He's great. I think he plays another year because he's the kind of guy who doesn't want to go out like this ever. You know what I mean? Losing, but he's going to go out losing at some point. He's got to accept that.
Yeah,
but I
mean,
think
none of the other weapons threw the pick six. I mean, come on.
yeah.
I hear you.
Tristan says he still thinks 11 shut the haters up. He did until the hit. He did. And we're here to defend him, Tristan. I know you are, and I know the smart people out there are. And it's sad that we have to have this conversation about our franchise guy.
Yeah.
Guys get hurt in this league, man. And concussions are definitely not a guy's fault. Now, if it's a concussion where it's like, well, where was the head-to-head contact? How'd you get that? Then it's a different story, right? It's a little different conversation. But we're talking about leading with the crown and literally driving his head with your helmet into the turf. That's what happened here, okay? Drove it, not only hit helmet to helmet, then drove it into the turf. That's not injury-prone, to our poll question earlier. That's bad luck. Like Sweep said and a lot of other people I see said
It's
out there.
unlucky, man.
It's just unlucky. And that's why I was joking, and not even joking. Like, I'm dead serious in a way about But I was saying, where's Jesus? Like, like how can a guy be so spiritual and have such bad luck?
Where's Jesus?
Because I think he's a real spiritual. I don't think it's a game he plays. You understand? Like a lot of guys like to play that game and act like they're big in the religion, right? And they're really not. They just want to show off like they are. And there's other guys that really mean it. To me, it's genuine. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of guys are genuine. You understand? Yeah. So I think it's genuine, and that's what's sad. And I'm not trying to make a joke of it. I think it's really sad. Like, damn, dude, you gonna do this guy dirty all like this?
It sucked.
Like constantly. And I really think he was fighting to get back out on this field tonight.
I'm sure
like we talked about, and because he talked about it, he
man.
talked about
Come
it all
on,
week.
Yeah, dude.
Greg, right?
Back.
What did he say this week about I'm drawing a blank, but he said I'm gonna something about relishing this opportunity in a way. I'm not gonna be. I'm grateful for it. Like all the right wording. And I don't know if you have any more to it, but he said a lot.
No,
it
was just going to piggyback on just how excited he was for this opportunity, and he really wanted to shine and make everything he could out of it.
I'm hurting for this.
And it's taken away from him. It's legit taken away from him.
When he goes to work every day, he sees a statue, man. He sees it.
What a joke.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying that, but I mean, that's something he sees
but
every day,
your
man.
beer sucks.
There's only one statue that should be out front of that stadium from that Super Bowl year, and that's your head football coach.
Oh, God, here we go.
I know you don't have to like it, but a backup quarterback should never be your statue. That's desperation.
That's why I blame bad beer and Bud Light.
Well, I just say
Graham.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
I mean,
Play the.
I'm okay with the statue being
Play of the franchise, right there.
Tom Brady threw for 500 yards, and Foles won the game. That's all I need to say. I mean, I'm
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that-
I'm
no,
okay
he
with
was
it. I'm
great.
okay with the
I love
statue
Nick,
being
man.
there.
Let me quit.
I'm all right with it.
I
Graham.
love
I'm
Nick
all right with
Foles,
it.
right?
Yeah.
I think we all sit here and say it. We love Nick. We just hate the society that doesn't understand
Pistons
football.
getting
That's all.
truckload.
Like the guy tonight saying the Eagles made a huge mistake by not re-signing Nick Foles. Go away. Crumb of the week time.
Was that Brandon Stokely?
Yeah.
He's still concussed.
Yeah, well, obviously the 15 really caught up to him. And Tristan says Wentz would have won this game. And
I believe so as well.
Clowney said Eagles fans hate me for some reason. NBC just Sports posted he's such a clown. Yeah, he called us scumbags, Tony. It's terrible. Matt Spills, I'm not even that mad. I know if Carson was able to get back out there or if the dirty hit never happened, we would have taken this game. That's why I'm not mad either. I'm more mad about the people's reaction to Carson than I am about the loss, which is funny. You know what I mean? Like because I expect us to win this game if he was healthy. And then you get the Brandon Graham, and it's just like, man, how many guys can you lose? Like, it's getting out of control.
Well, Miles was on the field before half. I was like, you got to be fucking
Miles
kidding
looked
me.
like his burst
Thank
wasn't
God.
fully there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the ankle is going to be an issue, but toughened it out because we have a tough group. Zach Ertz, not fully healthy, toughened it out. You have a bunch of guys who give a shit. And I wanted to say one more
Showing
thing.
the emotion.
Before the crumble week
yeah.
up, like, Zach Ertz crying is what I want. I don't want
Like
losses,
McCown showing emotion.
But that shows me that you give a shit.
Yeah, they care. I
We're-
want guys that care.
We're a city based on giving a shit.
Like, we fucking care. I want them guys to fucking care.
Yes, that's all
You know
we
what
want.
I mean?
And people get old guys for emotion. I love emotion because that tells me everything we want. I'm emotional. So
Yeah,
if I'm not
fucking A.
invested, right? Greg always talk about it. Like I talked to my cousin about it. Like, if these guys don't care, then I don't care. Right?
I feel like
You know
it's
what
good
mean?
to get
Like, we have
emotionally invested in
but
something.
when you see it from them, it changes how your week then goes because you're like, man, these guys are going through the same thing I'm going through. You know what I mean? And now that whole week is ruined. So I'm not ruined by this week. I think this window is far from being over. I think it's just getting started in a way. And I think what he's shown to a whole group of guys and to a fan base as a head coach is I can get anybody to rally and fight. It's what I do great. So if you give me that talent we had in 2017, we're going 12-4. We're going 11-5. We're hosting a divisional round game. You know what I'm saying? So with talent, I think the sky's the limit. With let's say 3 to 5 good additions. It doesn't have to be stars, but 3 to 5 good additions in certain areas. I think this team can be right back in an NFC title.
I fully expect them to be in the playoffs again next year. I'll say that. Barring catastrophic injury.
No, he
Tristan says
hate that
Warren-
Jason Garrett got fired. Sorry.
Yeah, that kills you.
Bro, I'll tell you what, though.
Jerry
Tell you
Jones
what,
is still there, so
Wait,
you're in
but
good
wait.
shape.
But hold
You're in
on.
good shape.
Let me pump
Marvin-
the brake.
Marvin
Pump
Lewis.
the brakes, though.
Marvin Lewis.
Ron Rivera.
Cocksucker.
Ron
I
Rivera.
was going to say, they're bringing in Marvin Lewis and Mike McCarthy.
Thanks.
We like that.
Yeah, we
like that. Bring
we
them
like
in. That's
mediocrity.
fine.
But
That's fine. Bring them in.
Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
Marvin.
Watch
I
the
think
Redskins.
McCarthy's good.
Daniel
I
Snyder.
I don't know.
Daniel Snyder.
I don't know
hate
how
to say
good
it.
McCarthy is.
Daniel Snyder made the two best hires of his tenure in
Ron
Washington.
Rivera, that's a huge
Ron Rivera.
Yeah, and I like what's his name too? Yeah, Jack Del Rio.
Jack Del Rio, great defensive coordinator.
It's a good hire.
And listen, they got talent on that defense.
I don't like the fact that. But guess what?
They got talent on that defense. That's
people
the team.
talking.
You want the team I'm most worried about in the future? It's them. I think it's them.
But how about this? People talking about the state of the Cleveland Browns, and how bad of a franchise are you? When you think, like, going into this year, people thought they were the up-and-comer, right?
Well,
They're so bad of a franchise that Ron Rivera chooses the fucking Redskins over you. You got to be kidding me. He chose Daniel Snyder and the Deadskins
Happy Thanksgiving.
over you. That's
Happy
crazy.
Thanksgiving, pal.
Happy Thanksgiving.
That is crazy.
Well, listen, I think it's the best hire of Daniel Snyder's career.
Stayed in the moment, too. Couldn't even fix himself. Like, you don't even hear yourself. You're such an absolute hammer.
And then misplaced the jersey.
I
Like, Ron Rivera should have been on the phone with his agent. It's like, can we get that interview with Cleveland again? Can we go back to Cleveland?
Can we go back? Crumb in a week.
Time out, Dan. Time out.
You
Can we reconvene tomorrow?
Dick, can we reconvene in the new year? Would you mind, Dan? Can we reconvene in the
Well,
new year?
for me, it's,
Since it's Thanksgiving, can we wait till the new year?
for me, I'm going to go with the guy, like we said, we've blanketed them all year, the referees, all right? But I'm just going to single out the Bills-Texans game, all right? And I'm going to tell you, right now, we understand, all right, if you were watching the game, that the Bills shit right down their legs, right? So they had plenty of opportunities that I can name after these two plays.
They shit their shorts, that's for sure.
That they could have still won the football game, all right? But right? Stop interpreting things. For opening kickoff of the second half. Just because a guy has a brain fart and doesn't take a knee, I don't care. You can't intervene. That's a touchdown, right? He just flips the ball. You're a professional athlete. This isn't 9U travel baseball where we're not calling balks. Hey, let's give him a warning, all right? He's balking like a son of a bitch. He's 9 years old. No. You're returning kicks in the National Football League. You take a knee. If you had a brain fart, that's a touchdown. Sorry.
Did you see what he did those sweeps? He went like this.
You know what? The only problem is all year, guys have been just
taking knees all year.
Hold on. He went.
I do agree. All year they haven't, though. So that's the whole thing.
Hold the fuck on. He went like this before he tossed it, and then he went like this. He told him to stay. He said, "Oh." He gave him that, and then dodged the ball after. So he told him, to your point, he said stay. So he made the gesture telling him to stay, and he decided fuck it and tossed the ball up. I don't know right or wrong. I don't know what.
I understand.
It was all weird. It was all weird.
I'm just
but
saying,
it was bizarre. But
he
gave this to his his return team, like, hey, we're not going anywhere. This is dead.
Well, like
and
I
I'm just
said,
going to catch the ball.
I mean, the way it was called on the field, like I understand, like but it opens up Pandora's box if you're just going to interpret things. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, like I didn't mean to fumble that ball right there. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't mean to hold the guy. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the officials. I didn't mean to hold him there. He just, he got by me quick. He blew by me, So I don't know. It just, to me, it's BS. Those guys had to run out. Like 3 other guys had to run out. It wasn't even like they got under the booth. These guys were like, no. So, but the most crucial one for me is the non-crackback. It's not a crackback. It's just not, if you're going to review, and I'm not saying it's a slippery slope, but if you're going to review PI, you might as well open it up to everything then. Right? Because it's just, what the hell's the difference? A PI, just because the Saints got burned? Yep. So if you're going to open the door, just like in baseball where you have replay, same thing in baseball. Oh, you can't replay some things. To me, that's the most asinine thing in the world, right? Exactly. You might as well, if you're going to limit it, I don't have no problem limiting it because you don't want, you shouldn't have to be able to challenge everything. We don't want 7-hour games going on in all sports. I get that. Right, but if you have 2 challenges, and then you should be able to use them for everything, not just a specific thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
No, you're 100% right.
It'll change things, and then, like I said, the Bills had plenty of chances to win that game, so it's not come down to the officiating. It just irks me. You know what I mean? Like in the Eagles game, I mean, like Jenkins was offsides today. I mean, that's that's a big call if you're a Seattle fan. Like,
no, he was definitely offside.
Say if it goes, the other way.
Actually, a big third down stop too.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually got a third down stop that play.
Absolutely. So it's just like I said, it's been bad all year. You know what I mean? It's just you expect it to be better in the playoffs. Almost like baseball. Like certain guys win it, certain guys cruise get there. They should.
Well, look at this. McCown rolling out of the pocket today. The push is late. The rule's the rule, right? The rule's the rule. I'm not trying to make up rules. I'm telling you what your rules are. These are your rules. So abide by them. So now the guy's rolling out of the pocket, ball's out of hand, and then guy extends and pushes. You want to protect the guys or not? So you can't have it one way for Russell Wilson and another way for Josh McCown or Carson Wentz. It doesn't go both ways with that shit. It's one way, right? You talk about, and I don't know what my crumb of the week is because there's so many. I mean, you talk about helmet to helmet, and again, what we talked about earlier, how the fact that the NFL does not have replay to kick guys out or determine intentional or not. And then the fact they don't have it, like college does, and they come out after the fact and say it was unintentional. Are you okay?
That's where, I love that point by you because that, to me, the cowardness of that.
Yes.
That statement is so fucking spineless by them, all right? It's just fucking own it.
Yep,
just
hide
fucking
it,
own
hide it
it.
behind
You're
it.
telling us that we're not seeing things with our eyes. You're calling us jerk-offs, right? And I got a problem with that. I got a problem with it,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Like I said, it's not, you can't change, you can't unconcuss Carson. That's over, right? But there's no reason that wasn't a penalty. And even if it was blown and you didn't call it a penalty, after the game to look at it, and Al Riveron to say to me, look me in the eye and say, that's, no. That's,
You
come
okay?
on, dude.
Al? You
Bullshit.
okay? Look.
Bullshit.
Look, the helmet, like we talked about, when the helmet goes here,
Come on, dude.
that's over.
Yeah.
I'm
Tell
not
me
trying
down.
to make it up.
Tell me down.
It's over. It's just, listen, the NFL officiating, and we talk about it all the time, it's terrible. All the good ones are gone. They're up. The network stole all the good refs you had, right? If you think about it, all the networks had the good refs. All the good ones are upstairs.
Yeah.
And then you have all these other guys on the field, right? All these extra, like alternative guys, right? That have the jackets on and the headsets. Where are they to help? Like, it just amazes me. One play changed an entire football game, and we hate saying that, but when it comes to an injury like that can be avoided. Don't you want your star players playing? Does the NFL really want Josh McCown in a football game over Carson Wentz? You understand what I'm saying? You're talking about your marquee, your sellable guys, right? You want them playing. So the fact that he's not treated like Wilson, Lamar, Rodgers, every one of them. Every legit top 10 quarterback in this league gets that call today. And if the NFL can get it right, which they never do, is they have, what we talk about, they have replay for this. It's simple. Have replay to be able to boot then, because that's going to stop guys, if they can't play, from doing that kind of shit.
Oh, absolutely. Because he would have got it either way. I mean, I'm not, I'm not gonna measure angles like the Zapruder film. You know what I mean? Like, was there another gunman on the grassy knoll? But if he goes feet first there, he's still gonna get it. He's gonna get it in the ear hole. You know what I mean? Like, Clowney
no
was
way to
coming.
go.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there's no way to go.
Clowney was coming. So
They say when you give
the
yourself
guy,
up, you give
because there's
yourself
people
up.
out there that are saying, "Well, he went head first. He's not a quarterback anymore." Like, no, dude, what are you talking about? Like,
That's the thing. Like,
you know what I
he
mean?
still is. Like, we joke about Lamar being like a running back playing quarterback, but he's still a quarterback. So at the end of the day, he's still a quarterback. He's still taking a snap and being a quarterback. Whatever happens after that, like, now you're changing his position?
Yeah.
Like, we can't change positions. It's because you can't keep up with the speed of the game. So it's excuses, right? That's what it comes down to. These guys aren't quick enough to keep up with the speed of this game, getting faster and faster. And that's it. And my real crumb of the day, though, is that with a side of KM or anybody out there that thought it's Carson Wentz's decision to play after concussion protocol. You guys are idiots. That you don't talk about unfair and unjust criticism. It just shows that you have zero common sense on the game, and you should probably delete the YouTube channel that's so successful. You should probably consider deleting that because you're never going to make it in this game. And you say anybody can come debate you, we've done that, and you've been exposed. So, time's yours, but not really because I'm not here to listen. Go ahead.
That's for Crumb.
Yeah, well, I had a double dip. I didn't want it to be all that. It was the NFL with sweeps. I'm there with the officiating and just the replays and all this shit that they want to make up, but then not follow. Like they did. Like, I'm not saying it was a PI in that game, but the fact that you don't fucking go look, who are you? That's a game-winning play. If I'm a Saints fan, I'm annoyed that you're not going to go look at it. You're not going to take a peek for me?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just
it's
sat
just like
through.
if he juggled it, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, I just sat
you know
through
what I mean?
3 fucking hours.
So if he
I just sat through 3 hours.
If he juggled it, it's the same thing. You're gonna go look at it. If did he get his
Yeah.
foot down? Did he get his feet down? You know.
You don't got the time? You don't have time? You guys in a rush? Because as a Saints fan, I just sat through this whole game. As an Eagles fan, I just sat through a whole game of my quarterback getting a cheap shot and nothing coming from it. Not even a 15-yarder. Nothing coming from it.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous that I sat through a game and we all did, and it was ruined over a cheap shot.
But nothing, they pissed in your face.
Yeah.
So you sat through that. You got no penalty. Then the NFL pissed in your face hours later and trying to tell you
know what I mean?
you didn't see what you saw.
A face piss.
Yeah.
Face piss.
We got a face piss.
Absolutely.
Straight up face piss.
It's just unbelievable. We can't make up, like, if we couldn't write this. You know, we couldn't write what happened today. We couldn't. We could try to, right? Like we could try to write up what happened today, and I would tell you you're a fucking liar if you would have told me all this happened.
Yeah,
And all the comments after, the replays, everything, the cheap shots, him being out in the first quarter. I would have told you, get out. Nobody talk to me. If you think that's gonna get out of here, yeah, right?
Still have a chance to win.
Well, like if we said, if we told you this morning, like, yo, fucking
6 minutes.
McCown's going to play 3
in.
quarters today. You'd have said, shut the fuck up.
I would've told
Don't
you.
you fucking dare say
Don't
that.
you put that evil on
Yeah,
me.
I know.
You know, and then it comes to fruition. And
a
I
one-score game.
And I'm puffing, right? I'm puffing fishing all week, right? Because my quarterback played a full year, right? Oh, my dome. I'm puffer fishing all fucking week, and this happens.
Oh, you
and
were
I'm
checking the box.
I'm puffing for him. You know what I mean? I'm not
you were
puffing for
going.
myself.
You were going to check the boxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shit.
played a 16-game season. You know what I mean? Like, you made the playoffs. Check. You
My
know
box
what
out.
I mean?
My
You know,
box
no,
out.
I hear you.
Somebody came in and fucking punched shit out of my box. They broke that shit. You got a crumb
For the week,
for the day,
for the day,
for
for
the
the
fucking
week.
month. Who cares?
I mean, I definitely got some. So you went on NFL officiating? Is that what you just did?
Yeah, pretty much. The Carson haters,
Yeah.
the Gregs for Doug. They're all combo. It's combo talk. You know.
You gonna get up for work, pal?
Mine's Jadavian Clowney.
Oh, yeah.
You're a trooper.
Stop. You pump your brakes right now.
You're being early tomorrow, too.
Oh,
I
my
got new
God.
starts coming in.
This guy. He don't sleep anyway.
What
So now
time?
he's gonna try to act like he was. What else were you doing? What else? You were watching TV right now. You weren't going to sleep yet.
I'd be at least in bed.
But you're not asleep.
Not asleep,
So the
but I'd
difference
be
is you
in bed.
sitting or laying. That's the difference
Well,
right
it's
now.
also a difference of time to get there and
A lot
do
of
whatever
work.
You got to do.
You got a long drive ahead of you.
Yeah,
huh?
I do got a long drive.
Fucking tough steps. There might be traffic on the steps.
But
You're
I would have
the
already
best.
done
You're-
the pre-night dump and
You're just the best.
Pre-night dump?
Because you
know?
try to put stuff like I
I
feel
shit in the
it.
morning.
I feel like you put it on us.
I mean, we had to wait
I
till
shit
9:30 to go
10
on. We
times
could have
a day.
gone on right away.
I don't have
we
a-
didn't necessarily need
Greg
graphics.
was not happy with the wait.
I don't have a
Guys
clock.
got to be in early tomorrow, but here I am. We're good.
Oh, guess
Good,
what?
great.
Yeah, I've been up since the last 2 days, early as shit. I worked. I'm tired, but we got a show to do, babe.
We're here.
All right, when you're the best, you suck up shit.
I'm here.
You know, I see
Sucking it up.
You're such a-
Good, great.
I mean, you're just.
Always,
cool now,
He
cool
is
great.
always
Now
sucking
he's
up.
back.
Cool,
Now he's
great.
back.
Cool,
Oh,
great.
Cool
God.
great.
Cool, great.
Cool, great.
Always
God.
sucking it
Put
up.
it on a
isn't he?
shirt. We got a lot
Cool
of
great.
we got a lot of E2D shirts.
That's why
Cool,
I
great.
wear a tight shirt underneath to kind of suck it
Cool,
up.
great.
I wish
With
the
I need a thumbs up on there. Like a picture of him, thumbs up. Cool, great.
I wish the dartboard was
We can
out.
sell that.
So you put
Cool,
my face
great.
there?
Yeah.
Put my face.
Cool great. I love
The
it.
dog.
Give him the old cool, great.
I'll have a Doug photo over there.
Stop it.
Yes.
Dog is not getting darted. We could have the secretary and pull off things like Major League next year. You know what I mean?
Did Will go?
Like Major League, we could pull off the secretary's shirt every win we get next year. You know what I mean? Oh, like how would you guys like that?
The way I look at it,
We had we'll have the secretary right under Major League, and every win next year we're going to pull off
it's going to
piece for
take.
you.
What do you say? It's going to take 40
gonna
wins
take
to get
40
this
wins.
get this done.
That one came out the best, honestly. Because the
Every-
color of it
Yeah.
came out the best.
Looks good.
Every
We're-
win,
we're-
Program's
we're
a great one. A
gonna
lot of people don't know the program. Program's a great one.
Program's a classic.
take, every
Love
win
the
we're gonna
program.
take
Joe
off an
King.
article.
And the goon's going to be out of here, but I just got 4 early. We're going to get a bunch more. Because I think they'd be great all over the wall.
The
Real
Goon's
good ones.
Goon's a good one.
No,
though.
Goon's a funny one.
Great film.
You want a little physical hockey?
Love the Goon. Great film.
If you're a fan of the Jabs. and
Stifler?
shit. If you're a
Great
fan of
movie. You ever
Jabs.
see it?
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. Do you have a crumb or?
Doug Glatt. That's his name. I mean, I got crumbs. Well, I'm gonna jump on with you though. I'll go with the Carson. Like the people talking about injury prone, I just got on my nerves. Like I don't understand. Like I said earlier in the show, if you're saying that a spear, helmet to helmet hit that you take to the back of your head makes you injury prone, then everybody's injury prone.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear this injury prone fucking nonsense. All right, I'm excited for next year and Carson to be back and us to go back to the playoffs. So I don't want to leave that injury prone shit away. So all you guys talking injury prone shit are my crumbs of the week. I'm not going to specifically point you out. But you know who
it's
you are.
funny too because
You know who you are.
like when you go to like a sport like UFC, like MMA or boxing, what's the hit that is the most illegal in all of it? The hit behind the head. You know what I mean? The hit the back of the head.
Rabbit punch.
The rabbit punch to the back of the head. Why? Because it's so sensitive back there. But my crumb, real quick to finish up, is going to be anybody that used Uber on New Year's Eve and didn't tip your Uber driver.
Fair.
Because I had 75% of my rides. I'm not shitting you. 15 out of 20 rides did not tip on New Year's Eve.
You've been stewing on this for
not
days.
possible.
I know. That's crazy.
15 to 20 did not tip.
How are they not tipping?
Normal Tuesday night, I wouldn't probably be driving 20 rides, but I wouldn't expect it, right? But, Thanksgiving Eve, New Year's Eve, any holiday, I'm obviously out there for you and to make money. I'm out there so you can be an idiot.
Yep.
And especially in the city of Philadelphia where there's a bunch of idiots because I almost hit you as you're walking across the street drunk and falling into the street. But you didn't tip, so you're a crumb.
Fair
on
enough.
It's on the app.
I agree. I completely agree.
Listen, I feel like
On the app
were
or-
you getting
or
more
cash?
money for
Both.
the
Both.
Were you getting more money for like the boosted time?
Double rate.
Yeah, not much though. The most, I mean,
I can't imagine not tipping. That's just
the problem comes back to when Uber first started, there wasn't a tip option.
yeah, but
And then
they've added it.
late.
Yeah,
They added it.
I've
and
used
it's there.
I've used it.
And I don't necessarily know who doesn't tip because I just know who tips. Because you don't know, sometimes they don't close the ride out right away, and you can always go back, but it's now like a week later, and I haven't gotten any, new tips.
Scumbags.
Crumb bags.
Awful. Terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's just terrible.
As the great Chuck would say, that's true.
That's terrible.
Kenny?
Kenny. All right, boys. Great show.
Yeah, that
We'll
was
be
a
back.
marathon.
That was.
I mean,
Lots
yeah,
of fun
we're
about-
upset. I think everybody's upset. We feel cheated. I'm with you, fam. I feel cheated.
Yep.
I feel cheated.
But listen, Eagles Talk will continue on, obviously, A2D Radio. And the Birds of a Feather, obviously, we'll be breaking them down weekly. We will, too. We'll talk about the offseason all the time. We're here for that. And we're going to, obviously, transition to
Sixer
some heavy
time.
Sixers time now. And we're going to be heavy talking about this team.
Better
And
wake
you better wake
the
up
fuck
because now we're all
Sixers
locked
and
in.
Flyers need to wake the
All
fuck
right,
up.
both teams. And we're going to be talking Flyers a lot.
Wouldn't mind the Phillies getting another pitcher. What's going on with that?
And listen, we're only how many days away from spring training?
Not too many.
Not too many, honestly. So
Sorry, about 35?
34, I thought
Yeah,
I saw
Joey G.
a message
Joey
from
G.
Chiquito. Yeah.
the Joey G era is
Usually
starting
like-
real soon, boys.
February 16th in that area somewhere usually. So.
I'm really excited for the Joey G era.
Gotta be.
How can you not?
I'm-
No more
I'm
coconut
pumped.
oil. And it's sort of going on the radar. We haven't talked about it because of the Eagles.
So
we're-
pumped.
So we're going to transition.
So
to
pumped.
So a lot of
First time
other
in-
things.
First time in 2 years, I'm back. I'm
Yeah.
back. You know what I mean? Like,
It's good to have you.
yeah.
Good to see
I
you.
didn't want to
And-
leave. I could not look at his face. I couldn't do
I
it.
had a problem with it.
My dad's like, God, you're so fucking angry. I'm like, I can't with the
Yeah.
guy. Can't.
Good to see you back.
I can't wait for him to win 50 games in San Fran. That'll be fun. That'll be fun for everybody. So listen, we also going to cover national shit here too. So don't think we're not doing that as well. So for Agree to Disagree, Tom Arnone, Nick Delgado, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic, family out there, we love you. Thanks for hanging in
Get
with us
yourself
all
ready
night.
for the draft.
This
You
was
know what I
ton.
mean?
Yup.
If you're still eagled up, now it's
Yep.
time to. Hey, you got to turn the page. That's
And
all.
you
know what
know-
I mean, stop throwing rocks at the kid. All right, kid's a warrior. Right now, it's
Absolutely.
time to move forward and draft. You know, I mean, that's Howie and get in there and everybody, go to work. Plenty of receivers in this draft. It's deep. We know Tom wants Jerry Jeudy. All right, but there's plenty of guys to get in there. So get it done.
Open the cabinets, take what you want.
Yeah, you got to get defensive backs. You know what I mean? Wide receivers and defensive backs, and a couple of linemen, and go from there. Especially if Kelsey's retiring. Supposedly, somebody said that earlier. I think
yeah.
we forgot to address that. I thought
We did forget to
Turn it
address
over
that.
to the
But
cat, yeah.
hopefully he
Hopefully
does.
he's not.
Hopefully he doesn't, but if he does, either me or Wills or one of us will have some reaction video to it tomorrow. You can guarantee that because a hell of a career. A guy that, exactly like he said, too small to play the position.
Hall of Famer.
A, B, C, and D. And
Maybe.
all
Possibly.
And all the guy did was make all pro teams and Pro Bowls. And,
Three-time first team
honestly,
All-Pro.
one of the best screen centers in football that I've seen in my time watching. In terms of the screen game, that's just one example of how great he is. The screen game. Oh my God, LeBron, jeez.
And one of the best speeches ever.
That just happened?
Ever.
It's him and Utley right there.
Well, that gets you in the hole.
Doesn't
that get you in the hole anyway?
We love Utley because we're baseball guys, and the curse word was beautiful. But probably Kelsey, he's probably second to Kelsey, speech wise. Yeah, that was epic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Sorry, I was reading a reply from the jackass again. I'm supposedly the worst, the most biased fan of all time, and
Is that Bill?
no,
Oh.
and you annoying fuck. So because I call him a fake ass fan.
Oh, the Meigs?
Yep.
Steegs on the Meigs.
Oh, listen, dude, listen. You can call me biased. You can call me whatever you want. I'm a fan. Okay, I never run from being a fan.
Call him what you want. Don't call him late for dinner.
But I think that if you listen to me,
Appreciate you listening.
Yeah, if you listen,
maybe no thumbs down tonight, but appreciate you listening.
yeah, if you listen to me for as long as we've been doing this and I've been doing this, you'll know that when it comes time, I will be critical when I have to of guys, even if I love them. I don't think I ever run from that. I might hold on a little long, right? And I don't run from that either because I care about my franchise guys. I'm always going to care about them. Talk about Joe and Ben, I care about them guys. I want them both to be great. You know what I mean? So, when they do things that drive me crazy, I'll get critical, right? I will get critical. I don't want them gone, And the same thing with Carson. I was critical at times this year when I thought he had bad games and didn't play well. I didn't run from it.
He was horseshit. He was horseshit for a stretch.
I'm sick of people trying to pull the bias. Brinkman did the same thing. You're a homer. You're not. You're living emotionally right now. You're not even thinking. And this is the problem. This is why you're not a YouTube analyst. And this is why we're the best in the business. No notes. You don't see any, do you? We out.
Deuces.
Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.